Tuesday is the best day to go to Disneyland. Disneyland, according to Kay.
Well,
According to Keely.
I was asking Kay because I want to go to Disneyland, but I want it when it's packed. You get maybe 3 rides for your money.
Ah, lines, a lot of sugar, and sunshine.
No, I don't fuck with the sugar.
Diabetes and sunstroke is my favorite thing to get.
When's
And
the
then
last time you
motion
went,
sickness.
KK?
I went on Thursday.
God damn, you go every week?
No, I don't go every week, but I...
Do you have a pass or something? Isn't it $1 million?
Obviously, and for sure she
I
has
do
a pass.
have a pass, yes.
Yeah, do
For
you have a
10 years,
speed
I've had a
pass? Can you get into the front of the lines?
They have a
Fast
fast
pass.
pass.
Yeah.
They
But you
really
don't
don't
have to
do
buy-
much,
yeah.
though, do they?
No.
Yeah.
It's still, it cuts off maybe like 10, 15 minutes.
If
of
you
the
want to
line.
do anything, you got to get the VIP stuff where they take you behind.
Yeah, which I've done that before, and that's fun.
What is it you like about it? Do you feel like the safety, the enclosure, the coziness of it?
Safety.
No,
Yeah.
it's just the atmosphere. Like, everyone's happy there,
Uh-huh.
and the food is good.
It's like
and
an
the
enchanted
rides are
kingdom.
fun.
It is fun. I love
And then
it.
there's like kids there, and you see how happy they are, and it's just like
It's a
that's so
joyous
cute.
place. It's full of
Yeah.
joy.
Yeah.
Well, miserable parents a lot of times, and a lot of joyous kids, which is fine, right?
I don't know. The parents look like they're having a great time.
Mm.
Like, I go with my mom, and we have a blast.
Has anyone tried shooting up at Disneyland yet?
Oh God, they have
No.
metal detectors.
Well, now everybody has to go through the thing.
Has anybody tried shooting up?
How many? But this is
It
what's
is a good
crazy to me.
question. I hate to
Like
say
on
it.
CNN, they've covered 0 of all these fucking basically terrorist attacks,
Yeah.
shootings, because
Yeah.
they're just crunk about the debates.
Oh, yeah.
What the fuck?
Oh, like the one
fuck
at
your
the mall?
debates. I know they're tonight, but let's cover what's going on right now. I have to get my news off Twitter, Washington Post,
Look,
online.
I'm telling you,
there's been a ton of them.
It is
man.
changing the way I think and behave. I'm at the Abbott Kinney Day Festival, the parade, and I was like,
Packed with
I don't
people.
see any cops with guns around here. And if
They're
somebody
there,
opens
though.
up, are they?
At each end, they're
Okay.
there. But still, if someone opens up with you, there's really nothing you can do.
No,
because they
unless-
can't plan for the random.
Right. Unless I'm packing myself, right? At least, again, we go back to that. At least I want a chance to.
But did
shoot
you see
back.
Homeboy, the one that the guy? I think it was this morning or yesterday. He was a lawyer.
He was a lawyer. He was having problems at his law firm, so he decided to open up.
Wait,
Just-
is that the one at the mall?
No, the one at the mall. Remember they were like, oh, it's a Hispanic male. For sure not Hispanic. He was from Turkey. Yeah,
Oh,
but
he's
they
from
thought he was Hispanic. But someone fucked up and made that claim right away.
Oh,
and then
boy.
the police were like, no, what? No, he's
No.
from Turkey. He's born and raised in Turkey. Then came out here.
Okay.
Way off.
Was he a
You're way off.
radicalized?
They don't know yet because
okay.
he's dead.
All right.
But they're searching into it. I would
Well,
assume so.
Remember that Turkey was one of was the main sort of hub for ISIS to put its money, but also to kind of get their cell phones from there, and that's where the cell phone signals would go through. Turkey was and a lot of ISIS fighters would come through Ankara Airport.
Yeah, Turkey's
and
tough right
Istanbul
now.
Airport. Yeah.
It's tough right now.
And so
He shot a dad, a little girl, 3-year-old
No.
girl. Oh yeah, that's rough right now.
did he kill
Super
them or he injured them? I think only one died and
No,
9 injured.
No. Some are dead. Yeah. There's so many. I get them confused. There's
Jesus
been like
Christ.
4 in 3 days or some shit. God, it's nuts, man.
Oh man, I'm telling you. What do you think about as a woman in when there's a problem like that? What do you think about? What goes on in your head? Do you think of any? Do you think? I'm very curious.
During a
What?
mass
Like when you
shooting?
read about a mass shooting, like what is the first reaction in your brain?
I think about if anyone died, and I get extra sad if there's kids and women involved.
Okay, but what comes after that?
Well, and then I just think like why, and just go into all of that. Like,
But
what
that's an
happened.
interesting thing because what I think about immediately is I go into fix-it mode. I go, how are we going to stop this, and why didn't somebody have a gun, and how can I get myself safer if that happens to me, and how can I stop it?
I text
right?
my girl right away, say, you're not going to that mall anymore without me.
There you go.
She goes to this mall with my son all the time. All the time. Like, you ain't going there anymore without me during the
I
day.
know.
Yeah.
Not a chance.
I know. I was just at Dave & Buster's over the weekend, and it was the one in Hollywood and Highland, and there was like so many people. And as I was walking into Dave & Buster's, I was like, man, this would
But
be
this
a
is what
place
terrorism does. Terrorism ends up
Yeah.
changing the way you
Well, that's what they
behave
want.
and think,
They
right?
want to instill fear.
And they're
in you.
doing it.
It's kind of working, isn't it?
Yeah, they're kind of winning, and
Brian
it's
and I are
happening to me.
terrified.
Right. I mean,
And you live in Santa Monica.
I was not relaxed at that Abakini Day Festival. I was thinking to myself,
Well, they found that shooter with the bombs in Santa Monica. He was going to blow up
That's
the
right.
parade.
that's right.
God.
And my buddy, who's
How
a special
dare you.
forces security specialist, he said, remember one thing, when somebody opens up like that, they have tunnel vision. They're only seeing tunnels, so if you you can blindside them. Run at them.
Oh, thanks, man.
Run at them.
Oh, thanks, bro. That's what your buddy Special Force said?
Yeah,
Oh, brilliant, man.
it's true though.
Yeah, because we see so many people run at him
Well, people
with guns.
People run away. The guy's shooting right. He's shooting in one direction.
guarantee if there's an open shooter, no one's going, thank God that guy said run at him.
Well, but that's what I'm saying is that he said it may sound counterintuitive, but if a guy's shooting over here, he doesn't know what's going on behind him, right? So you would want to, if you don't have a weapon and you think he's going to turn around eventually, you want to charge him and grab.
Ah,
him.
perfect. Yeah,
That's-
my third grade teacher told me that on the playground. If a kid's pointing that way, come behind him.
I'm just telling you.
Someone behind him, that's pretty easy.
No, but I mean,
It's not like he's dropping knowledge on you.
He's not
hey,
aware.
Brian, if the shooter's pointing that
What
way,
I'm saying, he's
you're
not
behind
aware.
him.
He's not aware in heightened state like that. He's not aware of anything around him. He's got tunnel vision, like a heightened tunnel vision. What those guys are, because they're essentially murderous and suicidal at the same
They're
time.
crazy.
Yeah.
They know they're on a one-man mission.
So
he's
they're
gonna
kind of
die.
wearing blinders.
They never survive.
Yeah, so they're wearing blinders. So I'm just saying,
Come behind them.
keep that in mind.
Tell your friend Brendan Schaub said no shit,
or to the side, or to the side.
Anywhere but the front of the gun.
That's right.
Tell him I said no shit.
Yeah.
Thank
Well-
you for nothing.
Well, I'm just saying, it's when you
That's
hear
common sense,
gunshots,
buddy.
you run away, and
Depends.
you know
If
your
family's
instinct
around.
is to run away, right, or to get your family to safety.
Get
which
your
is probably
family.
what you
Yeah, it
should
depends,
do.
yeah.
What you should do.
Mm-hmm.
But they will tell you that typically if you can, charge them. You might save your life if you're in an enclosed area and there's nowhere to go.
Yeah.
Anyway, I mean,
luck.
look, good luck with that. Have you ever? By the way,
Hey, terrorist
way-
advice from the fighter and the
Well,
kid.
well-
Make sure you listen to this
well,
one.
well-
Because we're giving you advice of a mass shooter.
Well,
you have nowhere to go.
listen-
Run at him, according to Bryan Callen.
listen to this.
Everyone's going, what the fuck are they talking about?
I have been in a room. Check this out. So I'm talking this way, right? I was doing a sketch for Mad TV, and they had the stuntmen who came in with Uzis, and the loads were full loads. It wasn't real weapons, but it was full. So in
They're blanks?
Yes, but they're full load, so it sounds like a real gun. Let me tell you, I was like, I want to stay here. They go, put something in your ears. I go, nah, I'm okay. I'll keep my mouth open. Because I'm an idiot. Dude, it was three guys, and they came in, and they were playing the terrorists from Die Hard. It was a sketch, and these guys came in, and they were used to shooting guns, and they had these Uzis, and they shot into the room. They went brrr, like that, and I went, geez, it was so loud and horrifying. I was like, oh my god! And guess what else I didn't plan on? So when somebody comes into a room and they shoot like that, think about the one thing you don't think about. Guess what else happens in a room? So if somebody comes in with an Uzi, three guys with an Uzi, or one guy with an Uzi, and shoots, he empties a clip. At least this is what happened in this case. What do you think? What do you think? Besides the sound that's totally debilitating, and the bullets that are totally debilitating, what's the other thing do you think that you can't really plan on, that you didn't think
Your
of?
body freezes up.
No, there's a physical thing that happens in the room.
Well, that'd be physical, isn't it?
But there's a physical thing in the room that happens, like outside of yourself.
What?
Smoke.
Oh, yeah.
You
from the
can't
gun.
see anything. The
Jesus
whole
Christ.
fucking room fills with smoke, which I didn't realize. And because you're in enclosed area, and it was so horrendously loud. And the next thing I thought was like, there's so much fucking smoke, I can't even see. I wouldn't see where to go. And if you've never,
Now charge the guy.
yeah, and you're not inoculated to that kind of stress to begin with. So all of us would your instinct is to freeze up. Your instinct is to go, what the fuck? And by that
Fight or
time,
flight.
right. So when they say, hey, tackle the guy, well, thank you, but I would need to rehearse and practice that.
When I was a kid, my stepmom took my brother and I to the Buckingham Mall in Aurora. I think it's closed down now. They ran it over. But it was a bit of a hoodie place in Aurora, and there's gang members there all the time. And when we walked in, there was a pair on one side of, like, there's a fountain, and there's a pair of gang members, one in all red, one in all blue on each side, and they were fighting. And my stepmom...
You mean they were physically... Or
fighting.
Okay.
Like punch each other in the face.
It's
on
just
the ground.
so one side had a fight going on, the other side had a
Yes,
fight
and we're walking down the middle, and she grabs me and my brother, and we walk swiftly. She's like, come on, let's go. Why we still
Damn.
continue to the mall, I don't know. So she grabbed us, we kept going, and then we didn't even think, we were like, God, what's going on? So then we were leaving, and they must came back, and we're walking in the car, and you hear pop, 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 and the people are getting down on the ground and
Jesus.
going, and they're shooting at each other between civilians,
Yeah.
like random
Yeah.
people. They're shooting. And I go, my dumbass goes, I'm small, man. I'm like 6 or 7. I go, ooh, fireworks. And I turn around to see if it was fireworks. But it was 2 gang members
Good
shooting at each other.
God.
My stepmom grabs the shit out of me
Yeah.
and threw us in the car. And we get in the car. My brother's, if I'm 7, he's like 9. And we get in the car and he goes, you're a moron. You are a moron.
What happened to me is I was in traffic on Vermont Avenue, 4 in the afternoon, about to get on the 10 down in Vermont, and I hear boom, 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 and I turn, and there's this gang member, and I never forgot. The guy had his sunglasses on the back of his head. He was wearing sunglasses on the back, and he unloaded his Glock. It was a Glock into a car at this guy who was probably, I don't know, 10, 20 yards away. Missed him, shot, emptied the clip, missed him completely.
Terrible
Yep,
shot.
Yep. And then looked and kind of assessed his damage and then strolled
Didn't give a fuck.
to his
Experienced
strolled to his Honda Civic, this beat up Honda Civic, where
Killing the game.
where was a dude in the back seat and another guy driving. So it was 3 or maybe 4. And he got in the car and they kind of drove casually away.
Yeah, because speed
And
off
this was
is
in a
alarming.
mini mall. It was in a mini mall, and there was traffic.
Homeboy didn't die?
So we were sitting at a light in traffic. There were cars this way and that way. There's nowhere to go. And they backed out. No, he didn't die.
How long
and they
ago
made
was this,
they made a right. This was probably 5 years ago, 6 years
Damn,
ago.
so there's camera phones then.
Oh yeah.
Surprised nothing ever got
And
out.
you know, it was probably before everybody had good cameras on their phones, but they were definitely camera phones.
when people just had flip phones.
Yes,
So it's
but
all
you know, I didn't even
pixel.
think of that. I could have done it. So, what I was amazed was when he emptied the clip, the people around him were not running for cover. This one woman was just staring at him. She was standing there and just looking at him, and he looked around. And everybody was just staring at him, because it just happened so quickly, and you had time to go, "That's a gun."
Well, you're
Like-
not going to say, the fuck was that?
Right. You're going to go, oh, that's a
It's
gun.
like Debo.
He's shooting at somebody right now. I've seen that in the movies a lot, but that's actually really happening. And then he got his car and all of us went, what? So I made
Takes a lot of
the cop
process.
right next to me. There's a cop. I turned, there's a cop right next to me. He's right next to me. And I go, did you hear that? Did you see that? He
Said,
goes,
"I didn't see
what?
shit."
He goes, what?
Is
I
he
go,
the worst cop in the world?
I go, that guy just emptied his clip into that car. And the cop goes, where? And I go, right there, as the guy was driving down, you know.
What a piece of shit. Come here, cop.
And he casually reached for his radio and said, yep.
Supposedly open shots.
Yep. Then I went all the way around the block, and to see what else was going on. And there was so much traffic. By the time I got
Little
there,
snooper.
I'm a snooper. By the time I got there, the other people were witnesses, and they were talking to this other cop, not that cop, another cop.
That guy was like, someone deal with it.
And they were looking at the damage, and he had hit the car, but he hit the window. The store behind him was a closed store. It was an
Jesus
old
Christ.
video store.
But
Fucking
didn't kill
bizarre.
the guy.
Missed him.
Terrible shot.
Missed him completely.
Dude, how about this show I watched? It's on or it might be on CNN, or it might be that HLN network, the same one Dr. Drew's on. I forget, but with Lisa Ling, have you seen it? This Is Life.
No.
Dude, she gets like inside access to crazy shit. So last night's new episode's on every Sunday. Check it out. It's dope as fuck. She gets access to the Mongols biker gang, like no access anyone's ever had.
Wow.
So she sees them get their patch. The head leader of the Mongols here in LA meets with her and tells them like what they're about. He's right now he's in a court case because they want to shut down their trademark of the Mongols because they say it's organized crime.
Sure.
He's saying it's not, and they have these lawyers. Yeah. But she goes on a ride with them, and it's pretty fucking gnarly because they're in a group getting ready to go to Palm Springs where they meet, and they never say the Hells Angels names because that's their arch enemies, right? They always refer to them as the other guys. And he goes, Lisa Ling's right there, and he goes, all right, fellas, if someone's motorcycle has an issue, you pull over. We need 5 with those guys. Never leave a brother by himself because those other guys are also on their way.
Yeah.
If something
you
goes down,
you want to be on your own.
never. Always 5 for everyone. 5 to everyone. It was nuts, man. She's just this little Asian girl, fucking doing the damn thing, killing the game. And then there was a tattoo artist. She's sitting there in this big, gnarly dude who you think would look like a biker gang member. Big ass dude, covered in tats. So their sign's the Mongols, right? Genghis Khan It's
Right.
it's Genghis Khan on a motorcycle, and he's getting the Genghis head on his stomach, and she goes, "Can anyone get that?" And the guy goes, "No. There's a line of command, like you can only get if you do a certain thing." And she's like, "What is it?" And the whole fucking plane shuts down. Oh, we can't talk about that. And she goes, "Oh, okay." And then she goes, "Well, then who approves it?" And the tattoo artist looks up, goes, "You're looking at him." And she goes, "Oh, what are you doing?" He's the lead chapter. He just happens to own this business.
Damn.
But the way they broke it down, he also goes, the difference between us and these gangs is we're breadwinners. He goes, anyone who is in the gang, or I don't want to
making
say
money.
gang, well, they have
In the
a
club.
business.
In the club, sir.
Are entrepreneurs. Yeah, in the club have a business. And he started breaking it down.
Damn.
He's like he owns a Bales Bond business. I own my own tattooing company. We don't take anyone who doesn't make their own bread. If they're just here for the ride, get the fuck out of here.
That's cool.
Like, damn, well, you businessmen.
Yeah, man.
And then she was trying to find out about the patches, and she goes, "I heard if you have a skull with crosses on it, it means you killed for the brotherhood of the gang." And he just goes, "I don't want to discuss that." And she goes, "Is that true?" He goes, Maybe if you defended yourself."
Yeah, maybe
He goes,
you're
he goes,
defending.
"Maybe if a brother defended himself, he gets skulls for killing someone, but we never."
That's
approached
how
that."
the Hells Angels went.
And then she asks, there's certain there's like these little wings, colored wings. So there's yellow, blue, red, orange. She goes, "What are those?" And he goes, "Those are for sexual conquers. So if they do a certain thing, they get these wings." And then this bitch Lisa Ling,
sexual conquests.
like maybe threesomes, like I just crazy shit. But to us crazy, to them it's like, what?
I'd be covered in wings.
Yeah. So yeah, we just have wings all over
Yeah,
us.
I'd just be the.
I did
I'd be in the
gold wing.
I'd be in the perverted chapter.
But then they had she met up with the old, they call them old ladies. So the ladies of the head guys, and they never give interviews ever. These bitches showed up in dog tags that said property of and had the guy's name. Little Davy, Big Brown, just whatever, had all their names around their necks. And, Lisa Ling's like a feminist. Like, works,
Yeah.
that's her cause, is women's rights. So she's there and she's like, "Don't you guys feel like owned? Like, you're their property?" And she's like, "I take pride in it. We don't wear wedding rings. You wear a wedding ring. So are you the property of your man?" No, it's just like claiming that you're together. But the way they broke it down, I was like, damn. One out of the 6, one of them was decent. The others were
tough.
The fellas ran that that Genghis Khan train on them.
At the Abbot Kinney Festival.
Because if you want to get into that gang,
you gotta get.
If you want to be an old lady,
Yeah. You think so?
I think you gotta do some shit, man.
I don't know. I'm not gonna.
I've seen Sons of Anarchy. They don't make that shit up.
Well, I saw the Vagos. I don't know if they're a criminal gang, but Vagos is. Look up Vagos motorcycle gang, because they were walking through the Abbot Kinney Festival, just a group of them, and I was like,
What about them?
Well, they're a gang, and there were a bunch of them in their their vests at the Abbot Kinney Festival.
But see, I don't think to me, like, I saw a Hell's Angel on his motorcycle on the highway in Los Angeles. They're everywhere.
Yeah.
Well, you think they're just regular dudes driving. They might be into some dark shit, but it's just a out of shape dude on a motorcycle, ton of tats. He might do some gnarly shit, but he's not gonna shoot innocent people.
No.
Like, I don't get, like, I'm more fascinated by him.
Yeah.
Like, I sped up to, like, just stare at him like he was almost like he was Robert De Niro on this motorcycle. Like, I sped up, I was like, God damn, look at this Hell's Angel, so cool, man.
Yeah.
I'd love just talk to him.
Yeah.
Just be like, dude.
They talk to you.
how'd
You're an
get
MMA
there?
guy. A lot of those guys.
I don't know, man. I don't know if it works like that.
I think it
they
does.
really don't open up. Oh, do you? I don't think it opens up like that.
I've talked to
You're a professional athleven? We'll tell you all our
No,
stories.
with Chuck Liddell and Donald Cerrone, those guys get a lot of love from those guys. I mean, I wasn't even hearing from them. I was hearing it from their girls. So I mean, you've proved yourself in a cage.
They don't give a fuck.
No, but they would talk to you.
Maybe. They wouldn't give me the inside access.
No, I mean, that's different. Yeah, I mean, come on, you got to
Host a fucking radio show.
If you're a fucking,
I have a part in my
yeah.
hair.
If you're,
I have a part in my
if
hair,
you're in a criminal
sir.
organization,
I have skinny jeans.
Well, that's why I'm always surprised that they would have somebody come in and talk
Lisa,
to them at
they
all.
never. You know why? Because he goes. The only reason I'm giving you this access because people think we're this horrible devil villain. He goes, we're just normal dudes.
Yeah.
We're just, like obviously they do some dark shit.
Sure.
But he was like, I'm just giving you guys the inside glance. Like, we're not that bad. And he like even when they gave him their patches, They had some dude on there. He has a family, and he's been they call him a prospect. He's been a prospect for 6 months, and they're like, why are you so diehard? He's like, they come first. Like if it's between me and them, they come first. Like he goes, one of my brothers was married for 35 years, and his wife was like, yo, it's me or the Mongols, and he's like, see ya. And they had a divorce. He's like, it's my family. No one loves me like them. And she was like, why, man? So then it shows him getting patched up at the end. This fool was in tears. He was so crunk.
Well, I think also think about it. When you've been, just like take the profile of a kid in foster care, let's just as an example. Nobody gave a shit about you. Nobody even cared that you mattered. And then you get into a group of people
That's how
that
gangs form,
that care about you, that make you feel significant, that where you have a job, where you're doing exciting shit. Say what you will, when you wear those, when you wear a patch, when you're a Hell's Angels or a Mongol,
you automatically
you're an outlaw. There's something sexy about that outlaw. I mean, if you think
that's what all the wives said.
Yeah,
like, we like bad boys.
If you think for a second that those guys don't get a whole bunch of tail, and I'm not talking about old ladies. I'm talking about just regular gals. Yeah, they do just fine on their motorcycles.
A Mongol,
you want to get on the back of my
jacket
motorcycle?
is like a fucking. I mean, you might as well be a first-round draft pick.
Correct.
What?
Correct. And I'll tell you who feels that way.
You could even look like
I'll
shit.
Tell you who feels that way.
Fuck
my wife. My wife.
I think most women are like outlaws. Blah, blah.
Yeah.
A lot of them got their start after Vietnam when they came back. They didn't like the way society was doing it, and they're like, "Fuck this! We're gonna start our own club. We're not gonna live by the rules. We're gonna live by our own set of rules."
Yeah.
And they kind of got into the darker side of things.
Yeah. Yeah.
I'd be a terrible Hell's Angel or Mongol. Terrible. I just like people too much.
Yeah.
Like I'm gonna listen to someone's story if they owe the fucking gang money. I'm like, I get it.
Well,
man.
you and I know a guy who used to be in. I don't want to say it on air because I don't. But we know a guy who had spent a lot of time around mafia guys and drug guys.
We do.
And yep. And he was saying that when he was around those mob guys, because his dad never told him he did shit right, he always did it wrong. These were the first guys that gave him responsibility. He said, you have a job. And then when he would do the job well, they were really...
They encouraged it.
Yeah, they were like, you did a great job. Look at this fucking kid. He's great. And he was like, I like this. These guys make me feel good about myself. Oh, and by the way, he was making hundreds of thousands of dollars.
Yeah, they're also... It's also a honey dick because you end up in prison.
Don't go to...
congrats, man.
Yeah, don't go...
You got pinched? See ya.
You don't go into organized crime. It doesn't usually end well. Obviously.
How about we were at that restaurant in Boston with our friend, and we go into this. He set it all up. It's this fucking amazing steakhouse, and we walk in, and there's, it's mob owned. And there's a guy there's a guy at the front who sits there every night in a suit out of a movie, and just he owns the place. Yeah. He's very well connected.
So clearly a mafia guy.
They're not even trying to hide it, but they're all around the front there. And I found myself going, "Hey, how you guys doing?"
They were looking at you.
Not in a good way.
No, they were looking at you like
I want to be friends with them, man. I want no trouble.
They couldn't have looked tougher. They looked tough as shit, and they were in shape. That table, but they were looking at you like that guy's all right. You say what you will.
Hopefully,
say what you will, but I mean,
if there's a gun, I'm not that tough. I will suck all your dicks right now for this T-bone.
But I think all men who are tough like that respect what you've done.
Yeah, hopefully.
Yeah.
Or they want to. You get one or two things.
Or they want to
challenge it. They go, God, I never got my shot. I feel like I fight in the UFC. Fuck it, I'm known as the tough Guido around this town.
Yeah.
I'm gonna fight.
It'd be a mistake for them, but yeah.
Maybe.
100% it would. Don't be modest.
Maybe.
Don't be modest.
Maybe.
You're
Who
being
knows,
modest.
man.
I do know.
Well, not if
if it's six guys,
Not if the Guidos are around with guns and they're like, yeah, go ahead, man.
Don't use your hands or your feet.
Go ahead. No headbutting. They just got their guns on me like this.
Mm-hmm. No choking. No darce. No jiu-jitsu and no boxing. Go.
Have you seen the Kimbo stuff? When anyone tries to grapple him?
No.
In the backyard. Oh, whoa. They break what the fuck is that? It's like, God damn, man. He bent down. I just put him in a headlock there. There's no fucking headlock.
No, yeah.
They're about to jump.
Well, that's like the British bare knuckle
like
shit, right?
Exhausting.
The British bare knuckle stuff. You can only use your fisticuffs.
Oh, dude, you do anything else, it's
yeah. Hey, whoa.
It's frowned upon.
Yeah.
You pull out your dick or something. Super frowned upon. Yeah.
Here's my dick.
I forget about that night in Boston though.
Yeah.
I mean, you're talking straight out of Goodfellas, man. Dude,
Yeah.
suit, slick back
For
hair.
real, for real.
We just got done telling dick jokes, looking for a nice meal.
Yep.
Pretty ladies everywhere.
Uh-huh.
Fine wine, good steak. God, I want in.
You know, the truth is, you and I are not.
You and I are pussies.
Well, you're not a pussy, but I know what you mean when you say that. In other words, we would way rather take no risk, swill some good wine, have a laugh, and come up with more jokes. By the way,
I want no pressure.
By the way, we had a great show in San Jose, and I think
best show yet, right?
I
We're getting our
think
groove.
for me, best show yet. I thought your stand-up was amazing.
Thanks, brother.
And you always say, well, I don't know if that would work because all those people are there and I'm the funny uncle at the barbecue, but not this time. That shit was good.
You liked it?
Dude.
And you haven't heard it yet.
Dude, I hadn't heard it. And I sat and I looked at your brother and I go, this motherfucker is doing real stand-up right now.
It helped, doing the Comedy Store the night before. That's what helps.
Look, man, no. What helps is that you're always going over it in your brain. Listen, to everybody, this is important. You're talking about a guy at 33 who still really hasn't admitted to himself, but he is trying to actually do stand-up in earnest. Now, anybody, including me, would have told him, I don't think it's such a good idea. I would just, you get protective over your friends. You're like, it's fucking really hard to do. But I want to make a distinction here. For any of you guys who are, I don't care how old you are, if you're really thinking about doing something that's in your brain that you really want to do, you can do it. You just have to have the kind of work ethic. I said to Brendan, because I watched him and I go, bro, I'm not lying to you. That was fucking you in front of 500 people. You had them
600.
You had them really laughing. Don't interrupt my story.
Sorry.
Don't ever qualify how many people.
Well, I'm just saying it's sold out.
A sold out San Jose theater where Houdini and Charlie Chaplin performed. And you're up there doing that. And I went, and the reason that you did such a good job is because you're the kind of guy that when you set your mind to something, it's on your mind all the time. And you keep rehearsing, you keep writing. You're always rehearsing. Even though you're not performing, you're always writing, you're always rehearsing. So you're putting hours and hours and hours of rehearsal in. And that's what I do. That's why I don't need to perform as much because it's on my mind. I'm in front of the mirror, and I know you're doing the same thing. So when people say it takes 10 years to become a comic or 20 years to become a comic or it takes 10 years to learn how to play the guitar, 10 years to be... Yes, unless you are doing it all the time and unless you're always thinking about it. And then you can speed the process up. But the most important thing is if you have a fucking dream and you say, well, I'm too old to start that dream or that's for somebody else, you are probably wrong. The only difference is if you want to put the effort into it, you can do it. And this is a classic example.
Yeah, it was fun.
It had to feel good when you did that. You had to have felt a difference that night than any other night.
For sure.
Right?
100%, yeah.
I mean, you were just telling a story. You weren't even doing
exactly.
stand-up. You were just talking. You were just, I don't know, man. It was
fun,
very
man.
funny.
Such a fun show.
Oh.
How about a couple
so
proposed? So he hit me up probably 4 or 5 weeks before and came in. My girl and I are huge fans. We're coming to the show. He goes, I would love it if you could help me propose to her. I don't know what we could do. I went, I know exactly what we can do. Yeah. How about during fan questions, we pretend that we need volunteers. I'll pick you. You guys come up here, and then I give you the mic. Yeah. He was like, hell yeah, it's on.
Now, for all you listeners out there, that doesn't mean we're going to do that
we can't
every
do it every show.
No. So please don't email and say, I want to propose to my girl. That's going to be a very, very rare thing, and maybe the only time. But it was fun. It was very, very nice.
It was fun. Imagine if she said no.
That's all I was worried about. I was like, because she looked like
I feel like you would know.
Yeah.
Right?
Hey, man. Sometimes.
God damn. Can you imagine?
Sometimes people say no. You know?
I feel like it's rare. I feel like but if you do it in front of a crowd, you put more pressure on her to say yes because she's like, I don't want to embarrass him, so I'm just saying yes right now.
And then later on, you go, hey, listen. Don't ever.
All that stuff back there. You mean a proposal? Yeah. Ah, man.
Not gonna happen.
It's no.
That's exactly what I would do.
Has anyone ever proposed to you, Kay?
No.
Never?
No.
You're gonna get some now.
I'm only 25. Well, how many times
dudes
have you guys been proposed to?
That's plenty, Mary. That's plenty old enough.
Yeah, dudes are crazy.
No.
Do you want a big wedding?
I want a big ring.
You do?
Yeah.
You'd rather have a big ring than a big wedding?
You want a diamond?
Yeah, because I don't really like a lot of people. So, I'm good with, my small...
You don't have that many friends.
You want
Yeah.
a diamante?
You guys are my only friends.
We're
Yeah.
your only friends.
Yeah.
You want a diamante or do you want a emeralde? What do you
I
want?
want a cushion cut emerald.
A cushion cut emerald.
How much something like that run?
Well,
That's what I got my wife.
Really?
Uh-huh.
How much something like that run?
Depends on the carats. I would want like 3 carats. It'd be like 35-ish.
Feel
I
like
didn't
that's
spend that much
standard.
money. 35 grand?
Oh, yeah.
35 grand.
Yeah.
I don't think I spent close to that.
Yeah,
Really?
yours is fake, sir.
Wait, how many carats is
I don't
it?
know how much I spent. Maybe I did. It was
I
a
think you're
long-
lying.
It was 10
Is
years
it
ago or 8 years ago.
Cubic zirconian?
Yeah,
No.
most of my friends who've gotten
I could
married
text.
lately have all dropped around 20, 25,
Yeah.
30 grand.
Yeah,
Yeah.
maybe. I don't think I did though. I don't know.
That's
That's
not
a
really
lot
your
of
style.
money.
Wait, now I feel like I should have been proposed to like 10 times already.
I feel like guys propose to girls just out of like desperation if they want to keep a hot girl. I've never been that way.
No.
No.
No,
I'm
no,
tell my
no.
boyfriend now. I'm just kidding.
Tell
Do,
your
do you and
man.
your boyfriend talk about it?
Yeah,
How old is he?
he'll be 31 in
You're
January.
damn right he talks about it.
But I want to have kids before I get married.
You also have a great family, and that's a big part of a decision-making process for a man a lot of times. Well, your family's really tight. They're really cool.
Yeah.
They seem really emotionally healthy. It'd be a great place. I'm sure they'd be great grandparents, your parents, right?
Yeah, my mom asks me all the time to have a baby.
Yeah.
Is she a good babysitter?
Yeah.
Shit, why don't you come babysit Little Brown?
Yeah, I want to.
Bro,
I read
this
that
morning,
women.
6 a.m., woke up. He was crying, so I always go to his room, wake him up, pick him up, change his diaper. This fool dropped a gorilla shit in his
Oh,
diaper.
sure.
Because he's eating way more.
Uh-huh.
I was like, damn, dog. It was up his back.
Yep.
I was like, holy shit,
Yep.
little dude.
I used to
Literally,
wash-
holy
you
shit.
Wash my kid. I used to wash my kid in the sink.
I
was like,
I
"You're
looked
getting-
down.
you're getting washed."
He's laughing. I went, we got some work to do.
Yeah.
Put him on the table. I was like, this is how I'm starting my day.
I didn't use just the wipes. I get water on that kid.
Oh,
I'll
yeah.
water him down.
Oh, I'll hose him down.
I'll water him right the fuck down.
I'll use a yard hose. I'll put him out front,
Goddamn
flip
right.
him over, put a toy in front of his face, and I'm going to hose him down.
There's going to be no poo.
No.
There's no poo.
And I don't do well. With him, I'm fine. But it'll fuck your morning up a little
Oh,
bit.
oh, it's
It was baby gorilla shit, just like,
No, it'll kill a horse. That stuff's no joke.
it's amazing, man.
Mm-hmm.
Straight up amazing.
Poo poo. I'm at the Abbott Kinney Day Festival, and we're way down. My son goes, I have to potty. I was like, motherfucker. I'm carrying him back. I'm right. It's hot. I'm getting sunstroke. I get him back there. It takes everything. I got to get my daughter keeps winning prizes because she's throwing balls at these bowling pins and knocking them down like an ace. I'm like, another prize? 15 balls. I got purses. I got bubble gum.
She's getting all sorts
I got
of shit.
all kinds of shit. Literally, I want another prize. I'm like, I can't carry all this shit. I'm losing my mind. I'm so hot. I don't have a fucking hat. And so now I got my son who's lollygagging, and I'm like, then he runs ahead. Watch out for the driveway. Long story short, I get there 15 minutes. I'm dying, and he goes, I don't have to go anymore. Ah!
He shit his pants?
No, I made him wait there, and he's like, I
Oh,
don't
you're
feel it
lucky.
anymore. He just didn't have to go. Oh yeah, shit in his pants. I did it all the time. Well,
Me too.
I did it into my 30s.
Dude, I pissed my bed till I was, for real, like 8 or 9.
So did I.
8 or 9. Even,
So-
I might have been 10.
so
My dad was
did
like,
I.
listen, little dude, if you stop pissing the bed, I will buy you that remote control car you want. And that worked.
Dude, I pissed my bed all the time.
All the time.
Yeah. Yeah, I was a neurotic.
Yeah, it's weird. Did you happen to catch the fights, though, at all?
I did not see the Cris Cyborg fight. I
Did you
heard
see
it was
him,
a murder.
I don't know what they're going to do with her. This is what I think their game plan is. Marking-wise, I think what they're doing with Cris Cyborg, 140, if you watch the documentary she released, is just, she's literally taking years off her life making this weight.
Really?
She's crying. She's literally killing herself to make 140. It's such a struggle for her. And she's doing it to face who? You know what I'm saying? Like, she's literally doing it to face these girls who don't land a punch on her. Like, that girl came up to 40. She's really not that. That's not her natural weight. Yeah, she's a great Muay Thai striker. Okay. It doesn't matter, man. They can't compete physically with Cyborg. They don't land punches.
Really?
She beats the shit out of these girls, man. It's like, it's not even a competition. I think she's by far the number one female fighter on the planet. But you have to do something with her. So this is what I think they're doing. 40s, she's fucking killing herself to make, man. They're building up fights so the public gets familiar with her, and then they're going to start throwing her the stars. Misha, Holly, maybe Ronda. Because if they just throw her right away, they don't get their money out of her.
45 or?
It'd have to be 40. They're going to have to catch weight at 40. Or because if you But this, how much sense? So Dana does the YouTube show. I've never seen it, so don't. If I get misquote on this shit, whatever. I've never seen it. Looking for a fighter or whatever. YouTube show. Which I have my thoughts on him doing a YouTube show. Anyways, so he has a YouTube show. Why not looking for a fighter at 145 females? All he does is go around looking for 145 females.
Yeah.
Because Cyborg's killing herself. So have a 145 division, but have a show dedicated to just 145-pound women.
Yes.
To build this division around Cyborg. She's so good, you can do that. You can do that. Because the competition she's fighting out, like, it's amazing, man. I don't know what you can do with her. I literally don't
Put
know.
her in the
What are you
guys
gonna do?
division, 45.
That's, I tweeted that, just obviously joke around. I got some flack for it, but I don't know what you can do with her. She's punching bitches lights out.
Yeah. I mean, I'm on board with that. Because, I mean, the 35 wasn't exactly, like, wasn't looked at as some division that was packed with talent. The UFC just really needed to open up a 35 division for women. It was like, nobody gave a fuck. Then you had Ronda. You built talent up around her. And all of a sudden, you have a division on your hands.
115.
That's a good point. So
Yeah,
get
same deal.
45,
Exact same deal with
145 and
15.
build a division around.
115's so stacked now. 115's more stacked than 135.
You can find 45-pounders probably.
It's tough.
You know?
45 is
yeah,
tough
it's-
for
Why?
women.
Because
a little tough.
because
They're
the
big. What's
they're
like
big.
heavyweight for men?
You got to
Yeah.
assume they're cutting down from at least 55, 60.
Right.
Or
And
70
that's
if you're Cyborg?
That's a
is
big girl.
Gabby too big?
Gabby Garcia weighed in this weekend at
serious?
245
Oh
pounds.
my God.
She's a little too big, Brad.
God.
Just a tad.
She went past the test and 245 pounds.
Well, she was
She's not even in the conversation.
Yeah.
No,
Yeah.
but
I didn't know she was that big.
Yeah,
I thought it
yeah.
was 200 or something.
But these,
even
yeah.
then you couldn't.
All I'm saying
So-
is these divisions seemingly don't have, they quote, don't have the talent until you have a star. And then all of a sudden they
But
tend
if
to
you
have the talent.
dedicate a path for these women at 145 pounds, you're going to find the talent.
Right.
Yeah.
Because there
Correct.
wasn't 115, there wasn't 135ers. Now you have 145ers.
That's a good
But
point.
if you're going
And there's going to be a lot of girls that are cutting down to 35 that would be more comfortable at 45 right now anyway.
Sure, but if you're
They're
gonna,
just not as high on the
if you're
totem.
going to do a YouTube show called Finding the Fighter or Making the Fight, whatever the
Yeah.
fuck it's called.
I think it's looking for a fight.
All right, looking for a fight.
There you go.
Okay, so if you're going to do that, we're all set on dudes. We're fucking,
Right.
well, the parking lot's full of dudes. Let's go ahead and kind of put our navigation towards 135 women, or 145 women, sorry. 145 women. Because for Cyborg, I don't know what you do with her.
Me neither.
I don't know what you
I
do
think
with
you're
her.
right. You build a division around her at 145.
And you got to have Misha,
Because it'll
Holly,
make
or
her a
Ronda.
star.
You feed her those girls. I don't see anyone touching her.
Yeah, I don't think that's a good
The,
idea.
the only
No.
matchup that I see style-wise that matches up with her very well is Holly. Other than that, those other girls get murked.
Really? So Holly because
Counter-striker.
Cyborg comes. Okay.
Cyborg come, but the
Huh.
thing is Cyborg hits so fucking hard. Oh, you want to take her down? Black belt on the ground. Very, very high level black belt on the ground too.
Oh Jesus.
She's just bigger. They say she spars with light heavyweight men. That's her sparring
Yeah.
partners. She doesn't train with girls. She can't.
And if anything, her striking is just getting. Well, I mean, of course it is. She's obviously always training and everything.
Perillo.
But Perillo, yes, exactly.
Perillo-
Perillo has done a great job with
why
her.
people aren't jumping on this Perillo fucking bandwagon? I have no idea.
What,
Bisping,
Bisping,
world
yeah,
champion.
Bisping, Cyborg.
World champion. Cyborg. Think how good they're striking. Think about Cyborg. Think about fucking Bisping's a world champion.
Noticeably cleaner in the last
Yes.
year or 2
He's
years.
brilliant, man.
Perillo, what's his first name?
Jason Perillo.
Jason Perillo out of Ruka. I think he's out of
Yeah.
Ruka, or maybe he's
Is
out
he,
of
he's
is
out
he in LA or?
He's in Orange County.
Wow.
But
Yeah,
he
he's
doesn't
killing
train
it.
with just anyone. Like he doesn't do classes. He trains with just high level guys. But
Yeah.
if you're a high level guy, and I don't know why people aren't jumping on. Maybe he's not accepting people. I don't know. But you see what he's done with Bisping's career. Bisping's world champ. He can box. He outboxed Anderson Silva.
Yeah.
Cyborg's. Oh, that girl was Muay Thai champ. What? She didn't land one punch.
I think I'm not even sure if she actually had a significant strike in the entire fight.
I haven't watched the. Oh my God, what's her name?
And then
my girlfriend.
When she was teeing off with those body kicks,
Oh my
Just
god! Stop the fight.
What
Just
about Gina
three-
Carano?
back to
Gina
back to
Carano-
back
yeah,
body
but Gina
kicks.
Carano gave her a fight for a while.
It was back and forth.
But what I'm saying is that there've got to be more Gina Caranos out there that can at least land
Gina
punches and
Caranos.
stuff. You know what I mean? But there's got to be people who
That's-
can land shots.
that's
and
tough, man.
She's a big, powerful woman.
Gina's definitely
diamond.
bigger than
Yeah.
Lina Lansberg.
Yeah.
Gina was the only person who was comparable in size, and like
Yeah.
really they have totally different bodies. Gina's just like tall, you know.
Yeah. Yeah, Gina's one of
Just
them.
has some weight on her.
That's a tough one. But Then you got Roy Nelson, Bigfoot.
Knocked him out, huh?
Bigfoot needs to stop. I mean, he's basically, I think he's won 1 out of his last 6 or something.
Yeah.
1 out of 5, but he's been knocked out 6 times.
I thought he was going to retire. I heard he was retiring. Bigfoot.
I mean, might now.
Who told
but
you that?
I heard. I don't know. I
No.
can't remember.
Maybe now. I don't know.
There might have been conversation about he should consider retiring. If
They've
this
been saying it
if
for the
this
past
doesn't
3
go well,
fights. Roy looked great. Bigfoot just, he looks slow. His body's different. He's all tatted up now. He needs to stop.
Goth kid haircut.
Yeah, I don't know how big that head is to take those shots. If that hurts him or, I'm not sure. It has to stop. Has to stop. Needs to stop. And it's, I don't like to say that about guys.
Yeah.
He has to stop. And then for Roy, what they need to do with Roy, because he's on a winning streak now, right? Or
No, he
to the
lost to
Beast.
Derek Lewis.
Lost to the Beast, but he's been, they've both been on losing streaks, kind of, right?
Yeah.
I would like, but
The Roy that fought Derek Lewis was much different than the Roy that fought
That's what he said.
Bigfoot. It was night and
Roy's
day.
ranked 11. I'd love to see Roy revenge his loss against Arlovsky to crack the top 6. That's his next fight, Arlovsky.
The Nelson Arlovsky. Was that an IFL fight?
That was
back in the day, right? Was it
Elite XC?
Was it Elite XC or was it Affliction? I'm gonna look it up.
I'm most positive it's Elite XC. I'm 100% sure it's Elite XC. Check though. And remember, Roy had him in a Kimura, and the ref stood him up, and then he TKO'd Roy against the cage. I'd like to see that fight happen next. I think it'd be a great fight.
Roy to avenge his loss.
Okay, Andre Arlovsky, Roy Nelson.
It's Elite XC, son.
Where the hell are you? Elite XC Heat. Back in 2008.
That's the fight to make. I thought about it right away. And then Bigfoot there's no fight to make. There's just, just stop. It's over.
He looked better.
It's over.
He looked better. He ate some pretty decent shots from Roy.
He really
didn't fold.
He really didn't land
That shot
anything.
that
He's slower.
Yeah.
It's just the 6 knockouts in however much time. It's tough, man. I don't.
6
What do you need,
knockouts.
man?
Yeah.
It'll bum
It might
me
be
out.
about time.
I get tired and heavy when I think about guys like that who
Great
keep
guy
fighting.
too. But then Roy at the end was so mad because John McCarthy didn't stop it soon enough. Him and John have had their issues before. He gets mad at John. He flips him off, and then John's bent down over Bigfoot, and he play kicks him. He doesn't front
Here,
kick him.
I'll show you. I have it pulled up
He
already.
play kicks him. He goes, "What? Come
Check it
on,"
out.
and kicks him like that. McCarthy like that.
He
Check it out,
kicked
Brad.
McCarthy.
Yeah.
Oh boy.
Can the viewers see this too?
Yeah.
See, he's
See
obviously
that right at
messing
the beginning,
around.
Brian?
Yeah. He kicked McCarthy there.
Yeah, he walked over because he wasn't happy with the stoppage and gave John a
Because he's
little
saying they're
push kick in
friends.
the ass.
He's
yeah,
like, me and Bigfoot are friends. Why would he take those shots? He goes, I could have walked off,
One more
but you
time
make
for
me
Brad.
finish the fight.
Wow.
See, he didn't do it hard. It's not. I don't think it's bad intention. More like, don't be a dumbass. And you know me, I love John McCarthy.
Is this a big thing now going on that he
Well,
did that?
Dana says anytime you touch a ref, there's no exceptions. You get cut. You get fired.
Commission said they weren't going to fine him.
He just touched him with his foot. I mean, that's how I see it. And he's like, "Come on, man. How many shots did he land after he knocked him out? Knocked
3
him down.
heavy ones,
Yeah, 3 good ones.
bad ones.
Ouch.
But I mean, according to Dana, if you look at his comments on that, I forget that one guy who touched, but that guy pushed the ref like hard.
Was it Jason High?
Yes, he pushed the ref hard, and then Dana said no exception. Anytime you touch a ref, you can't fight in the UFC anymore. But with Nelson,
I highly doubt Roy's going to get the same treatment.
I don't think you can do it. You can tell he's not that serious.
They're both great guys. You know, John McCarthy's an understanding guy and highly respected, and Roy's the same way. I would imagine they'll have a talk.
It's not about that, Brian. It's about if Dana thinks
Yeah.
that touching a ref, he's gonna cut him.
Yeah.
Yeah, it looks like they'll look into it, but
There's no way they cut him. It's stupid. And people saying, no, well, you can't make an exception for Roy. Yeah, when are you fucking Cheeto Finger media members going to learn? They make exceptions all the time for the guys who are draw. Roy's a big draw. He's
Yeah.
always been a draw.
Yeah.
He's an amazing fighter.
Yep.
Guarantee they're not going to cut Roy because Roy would just go over to Bellator and be champ in 3 days. You can't have that. And people know Roy.
And you love Roy Nelson.
People know Roy.
Yeah.
You can't have that.
He's awesome.
You're not going to cut him for kicking, play kicking a ref.
That beard and that hair. He's so awesome. With that beer belly, he's incredible. Wonder what his
Good
diet
dude.
is. He's the
Great
best.
guy, too, man.
Yeah.
Did you watch all the fights?
Mm-hmm.
Anything impress you in particular?
Homeboy, who's the underdog against the number 15.
Thiago Santos?
Yes.
Eric Spicely from last season of Tough.
Terrible body, phenomenal jiu-jitsu, huge underdog, and fucking just went to half guard, swept him, got his back, got his hooks in right away, and then choked him out. Huge win.
Yeah.
He was the most impressive. I didn't see him till yesterday, really. I recorded
His
him.
grappling's solid.
Terrible body,
Yeah.
but great. Jiu-jitsu.
Yeah, bad.
Yeah,
rough,
I mean,
rough
everything
body.
you said was true.
Yeah.
Terrible body.
Phenomenal jiu-jitsu.
Why,
Phenomenal
a little heavy?
grappling.
Is he heavy in the body?
Just like the skinny fat build.
Yeah.
Some guys are maybe. I bet he was a bigger guy and then cut down, and got in shape and just has extra,
Yeah. Those guys are like deceptively strong as fuck too.
Other than that, the fights were whatever.
Yeah. Wasn't impressed by Barao.
No, yeah, it's tough. Fights were whatever. No fight companion this week either. Rogan and Bryan are out of town, so there's not one this week for.
I'll be in Ottawa at the Algonquin Theatre, ladies and gentlemen, this Friday, September 30th. I expect you all to be there. Ottawa, the Algonquin. T5K for tickets.
This weekend is Lineker Dodson.
It's a good fight.
That's a solid flyweight
Who else
fight.
is on there?
Let's take a look at the card.
Fight talk.
Fight talk.
Ba, ba,
Fight
ba,
talk.
ba, ba, da.
Let's get into some fight talk. Yeah.
All right, so here's what we're looking at.
oh How tall is Lineker?
Sexy stuff. Oh, Nate Marquardt's fighting. Your boy. Nate's fighting old Tamden McCrory. Remember that guy? I guess he's back in.
Oh, the jiu-jitsu guy?
Yeah, the barn cat.
What happened to the barn cat? He took like 4 years
Yeah,
off.
he just dipped out for a couple years.
God, that's an intriguing fight.
Tamden McCrory.
Tough
The
dude.
barn cat.
Yeah, he's a tough customer. He's been around the block.
He's
Yeah.
what? Tough customer sums him up in a great fucking description. Tough customer is exactly what you call him.
Oh, yeah,
That's
yeah,
an
yeah.
intriguing fight.
He's a jiu-jitsu player, like a.
Amazing. Nate Dogg's tough to submit. Let's see the main card. We got the main card.
How old is Nate now?
On prelims,
57.
we got Andre Fili fighting Hawker Diaz. Anything on that? I love watching Fili fight. I think he's
I
entertaining as
also
shit.
enjoy Feely. What else you got?
Berkman
Berkman versus who?
Berkman.
Bobby Green.
That's a fun
That's going to
fight.
be a
Yeah.
fun fight.
This is for sure.
Bobby Green cracks
That's a
me up.
scrap.
Bobby Green will just like you'll hit him. You'll hit him, just miss him, and he'll look at you and go, "Nah, you can get me. Sorry." He just talks to you the whole time. Nah, sorry. He wags his finger at you.
What else you got,
He
Ev?
just Matumbo's it. Co-main, we got Will Brooks and Cowboy Oliveira.
I'm a Will Brooks fan. Will Brooks is, he's built like a goddamn running back.
Yeah.
Cowboy, it was his last loss to Cowboy,
I
the real
think so.
Cowboy.
I think so.
I think he's picked up a win since then. Let's see. Let's take a look at his record. Yeah, he beat James. He beat James Muntasri.
Nice. I'll take Will Brooks in that fight, though.
And
And
I
the
think
main
this is
event?
Will's next fight post
After,
Ross Pearson,
yeah.
right?
What is
Yeah.
Let's see that main event.
Main event, 5-rounder, Lineker Dodson.
That's a fun fight. Fun card.
Yeah, maybe not like a ton of stars or big name value or anything like
You'll
that.
be
But as
entertained.
far as the actual matchups
Yeah.
go, I'm not mad at it.
when was
No.
the last time Bobby Green lost? He lost
He
to
got fucked
Barao,
up by
right?
Dustin Poirier.
Yeah.
Oh, he did.
Yeah.
Oh shit.
Yeah.
That's right.
Yeah, that was at, I want to say 199 in LA.
Didn't he lose?
I might be wrong.
Who else did he? He also lost before that. I feel like.
Bobby Green?
Yeah.
Didn't he fight Masvidal?
I feel like.
He was supposed to fight Masvidal. I
That's right.
I don't
No.
recall that fight ever actually happening though. So he's on
Yeah,
he's
he
on
lost
the
to
streak of
Barboza.
back-to-back losses to
That's right.
Barboza
I remember that.
and to Dustin.
Good fighter. So,
Let's throw out some predictions, huh?
Dodson.
Let's just start with Green Berkman and just do the top 3.
All right. Bobby Green Berkman. God, you know what? I don't bet against Berkman, man.
He's such a veteran.
But you love Bobby Green. You're just balls
I'm
deep
definitely. I'm choosing Bobby Green, but Berkman is just a veteran. He's got such good defense. He's
And you
just
got
really
Bobby
hard.
Green though.
Yeah. On
I'll
points.
I'll take Berkman.
On points, I got Bobby
I'll
Green.
take Berkman by finish TKO.
See, I think it goes to a decision.
I'll take
Bobby
Green decision also.
Yeah, he lands too many. But Berkman is so crafty, man.
And then co-main, Will Brooks Oliveira.
I thought
I got Will Brooks.
Yeah. Ill Will.
it doesn't. I'm sorry. Can you go back? Was the Green Berkman fight 70 or was that 55?
100%.
55.
55. I thought Berkman fought at 70 usually. Isn't that light for him? Is he sucking down?
He has.
He
Like
has.
didn't he fight? He's fought like Patrick Cote, I think, at 70.
Yeah, and Hector Lombard.
Yeah.
Right.
Let's get through these.
I'll go Alex Oliveira on
I'm
this.
bored as fuck. If I'm
That's
bored,
crazy.
listeners are bored. I will take Will Brooks. And then main event,
Dodson.
God, yeah, Dotson would be tough to beat. Lineker hits like a Mack truck. It's a tough one to pick, man. I'll take my boy Dotson, though.
Dodson, clear cut for me.
Is he the favorite in that fight, too?
I would assume so.
Really? God, Lineker's a monster.
I mean, Greg Jackson, Lineker, I imagine, not particularly difficult to game plan for. It's a lot harder to pull it. It's a little bit harder to pull it off than it is to put together the plan. But I mean, cardio-wise, Dodson, if this gets past like the third, it's 5-rounder, you know.
True.
If it goes past the third, I have a hard time imagining Lineker's going to have the juice to really put together anything that would lay him out, even if it connected.
Be a fun fight, though.
Yeah.
All right, Dad, let's do
Fun
some
one.
current events.
All right, let's do
Current
it.
events. Current events.
All right, first current event that we'll do today. Let's talk about fucking Rizin. Rizin over the weekend. The Japanese version of New Pride, basically, was insane.
Why so
Straight up
insane?
bananas. It
I
was-
haven't seen any. All I know is Krokop one, and I assume Gabby Garcia one, and I saw the highlights because I saw on Henner's Instagram of
Crone Takoro.
Kron. Yeah,
Or-
he looked great.
Yeah, Takoro.
Yeah.
It felt and looked and everything about it was, we time traveled back to 2004 into Japan to watch a Pride fight.
Really?
It was awesome. And so Crone locked in a rear naked, finished it first round. 10-minute rounds of the shit. Love those. But the big moment of the whole thing, of the whole event, has to be Crazy Horse. Do you know the background of Crazy Horse and Vanderlei
Sure don't.
and the
Sure
whole
don't.
shootbox thing? So back in
Please fill us in, Ev.
I'll fill it in. In 2006, Crazy Horse gets into a fight backstage in the locker rooms with Cristiano Marcelo, who's on
This is that
Vanderlei's
fight.
shootbox team. Marcelo triangles him, puts him out cold. He wakes up, and according to Crazy Horse is the only person that's ever backed this story up. He gets up, first person he sees is a 205-pound jacked as fuck Vanderlei Silva, and knocks him out cold. That's
Wow.
that's what Crazy Horse said happened.
Wanderlei begs to differ. but
Vanderlei begs to differ.
That's
So-
the story. That's what everyone
Okay.
thinks.
Basically, Vanderlei is cornering this kid solely because him and Crazy Horse have so much beef through the years, and like Crazy Horse is always talking shit to him. So Vanderlei corners this kid. I think he's the #1 ranked featherweight kickboxer in the world. He's fighting, and he fights Crazy Horse. Vanderlei's just giving him the throat slash in the corner. Whole deal.
Jesus.
They almost got into a fight again in the.
Now, more background on Crazy Horse. Crazy Horse was training at Jackson's. Someone was getting the better of him in sparring. He went to his car, got a baseball bat, and went back into the ring. He's crazy.
Okay, so
Well, his name's Crazy Horse.
leg-
he's
legitimately
he's crazy as a
insane.
horse.
Crazy.
Yeah.
All
Yeah.
right,
Horses
crazy.
aren't that crazy. So
They
isn't it
sure
a weird
are.
name?
They
sure
can
are,
be- they
yeah.
can be crazy.
Well, Crazy Horse was the famous
Yeah.
Native American.
Yeah, but still.
So-
is
Alright.
he that crazy?
Probably not.
Not this crazy.
Crazy Horse.
So Crazy Horse fights, and I don't know, you might be able to make it out a little bit in the video here I'm going to play.
He looks
but he's
crazy already.
looking straight into the camera saying, Vanderlei, you know I knocked your ass out the whole time. And this is how the fight goes down.
Oh, is the fight's quick?
Oh, it's real quick.
What?
It's real
He's
quick.
explosive as a motherfucker. First team all crazy. Well, let's not do a jumping.
And then look at this.
He runs over to Wanderlei. God damn.
Yeah, dude's athletic as fuck.
He's crunk. Well, so he's about to land on someone.
Does you see the suck it that he did right before?
Yeah.
He does the crotch chop backflip to Vanderlei.
Wow.
God damn. He's
And then he sat down.
Is that
made-
Wanderlei behind there or no?
No. And then he sits down in the middle of the pride ring, lays on his back, goes into like a weird like porn guy pose, just like laying there like dick out to the crowd, starts doing starts like fake jacking off,
Good. That's classy. Well, listen.
and then just gets the mic and just goes off on
I'm surprised
Vanderlei.
Wanderlei didn't attack him in the back. or
I know, me too.
Sounds like a.
Wanderlei's growing up.
Yeah, I guess so.
Wanderlei's growing up.
Yeah.
Jesus Christ.
It was just the most pride thing
How
I've
did
ever seen, and I loved it.
Gabby Garcia win?
Gabby Garcia, I think she got a rear naked choke also. Pull that up.
Did you see the
That's-
girl she was
I
fighting?
didn't catch
I
her
sure
fight
didn't.
though.
I sure didn't. I'd like to see it. I would like to see it.
Oh, Darren Cruikshank fought too.
That's right. He won, right?
Yeah, great mustache on him
Phenomenal mustache. Used to do porn.
Really? You don't say.
too.
Did some prerogative shit
Ah,
before he got
a
into
cage
fighting.
fighter and a
They call him
pornographer.
the Detroit superstar.
Really? Did some porn. He's
Good
got a,
looking dude.
really? Well, with a mustache.
Wait till you see him.
Fighting with a mustache, though.
One.
Yeah, she hit an
Dude,
Americana.
we don't
She
see
just
enough.
mounted her.
Early?
Mounted her. Good luck getting Gabby Garcia off you.
Good God.
Yeah.
Americana.
We don't
And
see
then how'd
enough
Crow Cop win?
mustaches.
Crow Cup won with an arm triangle.
Okay. What else you got, Ev?
Very weird.
Very strange.
So yeah, Rizin was dope. Crone won, looked great.
And they're doing Crow Cop Wanderlei next?
Unfortunately, they're doing Crow Cop Vanderlei next, which makes no goddamn sense to me.
Well,
Yeah.
if you're
You
a
got
true
lightning
pride
right here.
historian, yeah, but no one's buying
And
Crazy
no-
Horse versus
And no one gives a
Wanderlei.
fuck about Crow Cop Vanderlei in 2016 either.
You'd
huh?
be surprised.
2017
You'd
by
be
the time it
Well,
surprised.
passes.
that knockout
You'd
when
be
he
surprised.
drives his shin across Vanderlei's head. Was that the only time they fought?
Second time.
So-
Oh, it
Okay,
was.
yeah.
Okay.
First time Vanderlei won a decision, right?
Yes.
Yeah. That was a bad knockout.
What else you got, Ev?
Yeah.
Well, Wanderlei versus Crow Cop would get views at least.
Rizin.
All right, next one. So this woman orders chicken wings from Domino's. Instead of chicken wings, she just got a Domino's pizza box with $5,000 in cash in it.
Really?
God damn.
Yeah.
Why?
Is it like
Very
a
weird.
giveaway they're doing?
No, it's just
Why were
fucking
Domino's
weird.
last night? Where the fuck's my $5,000?
$5,000. She got. Wait, it got to her door or what?
They delivered it to her?
Yeah,
That's very. That sounds like
it's
a
just a
drug
box
deal.
of pizza. It sounds very sketchy, right?
Yeah.
So I don't know if it's like
I bet you the guy works for a drug dealer.
it was intended for a bank deposit. So it says this Domino's pizza.
Oh, I see. And
So they do. Yeah, apparently they sent $5,000 in cash in
They're
a
probably
pizza box.
trying to use two extra, they're trying to use code words like, make sure you deliver the extra cheese.
extra cheese.
And then this bitch ordered extra cheese, and they're like, oh, here's extra cheese.
And why did she
$5
tell
grand.
anybody about the $5,000? Hold on to that.
Well, if
So
it's
she
drug
did.
money, could be in trouble.
She was too honest to take the $5,000, so she called Domino's and let them know I have your $5,000 of pizza blood money, and
Pizza blood money.
they gave her free pizza for life, or not for life, for a year. So
Aw,
she's got
not for
free
life?
Domino's.
Can she
for a
order
year.
every night, though?
So my buddy
know.
was doing work on a house, and they were renovating it, and he and his brother, they go, "What's this?" As they open this wall, and they find
Mona
bars
Lisa.
and bars and bars of silver. They find literally like,
Like Scrooge McDuck style.
dude, they found Scrooge
Mona
McDuck
Lisa.
for real, like silver. And my buddy, because he's either honest or crazy or dumb, told the owner of the house, "Hey, I found all this silver." The owner was like, "Well, I better take that then,
The owner's like,
but
I
I'll
had
cut
no
you
idea.
guys in." Meanwhile, no, he had just bought the house. The question becomes, I guess that is his property technically.
For sure, it's his property.
It is,
But
right?
he would never know. It's.
I
you
would
know-
have taken that silver.
I wouldn't have. I
Really?
believe in karma. When I was a kid, there was think about it, when you're a kid, $100 bill on the sidewalk, and I was like, "Holy shit! I won the lotto."
Yeah.
And I brought it back to my dad, and I was like, "Dad, look, I got $100." My dad's like, "Where did you find that?" Like on the street on the corner up there. He goes, "Go return it."
To the street?
Where? He goes, exactly where you found it. Someone probably dropped it. I'm like, or even when I was young, I was like, or I'm going to put it down and the next fucking kid walking by is going to eat up my $100.
Well, so here's how I feel
So I
about
went and
this.
returned it, and my dad was like, it's karma. If you miss $100 and you went back to track your footsteps, don't you hope you find it? Or do you hope some kid steals it? I'm like, I
mean,
didn't steal it.
Your dad's right in a way from a civic duty perspective, but here's how I feel about the silver. If the house was sold and this person bought the house, they bought the house. They didn't know there was a silver trove in there. The person that owned the silver is probably dead because they would have gotten the silver out of there. And I feel like that silver is just kind of sitting in limbo. And it's my duty to take that silver, put it in the back of my van. I'm talking about he and his brother.
How much money?
Oh, you're talking about he and his brother, and they're pretty strong guys. They had to both help each other, like with four different.
But how much is it worth? Do we know?
I don't know. Probably $1 million. I don't know.
Jesus Christ.
Pure silver, like huge bars. I don't know. What does a bar of silver cost? Look that up.
Let's find out.
Bars and bars and bars.
Yeah, Scrooge McDuck style.
Yeah.
I don't know, man.
For me, I'm taking that silver.
I don't know.
I might take some of it and go, hey, I found a couple bars of silver.
That's why you and I, especially you, this is why you can never be a cop. You know, cops stumble upon like, holy shit, shitloads of cash.
Yeah.
Now we can report right away, when we can say we found $100,000 when we found $500,000.
The only reason that I think that I would return all the money is because corruption as a police officer is terrible, and you need your institutions. You need to be able to trust your police. So in that sense, I wouldn't do it. I would never.
Okay, so the standard bar of silver is supposed to be 10 ounces. So a 10-ounce bar of silver would be worth about $220. So not that great.
They probably had about $3,000.
So a bar of silver.
A bar of silver.
A 10-ounce bar.
An ounce of silver goes for about $23.
Yeah.
Let me know if these guys want to help moving my grandma's fucking coffee mugs full of change
what the
too.
Fuck, dude.
Let me know if they're gonna steal
Let me do a
that.
little math on this. All right. Well, they found bars and bars of
Bro,
silver.
he told me him and his brother could barely lift it. All right. Well, I have no idea how big they are. Okay, so it's a couple grand.
Let's see if
Hey, your friends are wild. Your boys are wild. Hey, I know some Mongols. See if they want to get linked up with them.
It's like $50,000 probably.
Probably not. 50. I think how many bars that? It's
300
probably
bars, 300 bars. If there were that many,
be a lot of bars.
it'd be a lot of bars, right?
10-ounce gold is $1,300.
Oh, 10 ounces of gold.
10-ounce bar of gold is $1,300 bucks.
Gold's a big difference. Hey, excuse
no,
me, sir.
they found gold. Did I say silver? I meant gold. Behind the silver was gold.
You need to text your friend back. Hey,
I
remember
know
that
silver's
story you
gold.
keep hanging on to?
Yeah.
It was only about $3,000, so let's move on, huh?
Well, the guy gave
I bet
This
he's
lady
like-
found more pizza money than you did in your
Right?
bars of silver.
Yeah. Whatever, right?
Like when I was 2 weeks ago, I was doing one of my cheat meals at McDonald's, and believe me, I know I do my cheat meals at terrible places. I see the comments. It's my fucking cheat
Your
meal.
cheat meal
Back
inspired
off.
a cheat meal on my end last
Yeah.
night too. So thanks
Back
for that.
off. It's my cheat meal. I want the shitty food. I
Not
eat great
cheat
food
meal.
all the time.
Yeah.
I want the shittiest cheat meal I can find.
Sure.
I was at McDonald's and I gave them a 20 for, a shitload of stuff, whatever. And they gave me like $50-something back. It's some young, black girl working the thing. And I was like, oh, God. I'm like, hey, so I give you 20. The total is like 16-something. You imagine the kind of food I bought. 16-something. You gave me $54 back. She's like, oh, fuck. Thanks, man. But she goes, God, no one ever I make mistakes all the time. Probably shouldn't be working there. I make mistakes all the time.
Usually if you're
she
short,
goes, you're the only guy who's giving the money back.
Yeah. Because if you're short on your register at the end of the day, sometimes
comes
you
out of their pocket.
Yeah, you got to pay.
Yeah, but you got a real counting problem with numbers. Probably shouldn't be dealing with the money. If I give you a 20 spot and you give me 54 back, you gave me my food
That's
and $30 more.
terrible math.
I felt bad for her.
That's terrible
Good luck.
math.
Then I had to come back around. I'm like, you forgot my fucking sweet and sour sauce.
Ah, poor thing.
I know.
She sucks. Some people are terrible. at
She's
their
super
job.
friendly though. I love that sweet and sour sauce there. That last
We had
night
the
cheat meal from
snobbiest-
Domino's though.
I got seated with my buddy Jay, snobbiest woman. She was so nasty, and my buddy goes, was she mean? I go, she was a terrible person. She was just a snobby
set the
bitch.
scene, though. I have no idea what you're talking
This is at this in Las Feliz. It was at this club kind of bar. I can't
You're at
remember
a
the name.
club?
Yeah.
A club bar?
It was
You and
a
your friend
club. It
were
was
at
a
a
club
250
restaurant. It was like a
club?
restaurant that was like a hip bar and stuff. I can't remember what the fuck it was.
It was like a lounge.
She was and she was so like.
Was she the wait?
You can't sit there. No, you cannot sit there. You know, that kind of stuff, and just really, that's reserved for. And then we finally started. My buddy goes, "Excuse me," we're saying that. He goes, "I just wanted you to know you're terrible at your job. You're terrible.
What'd you
Thank
do?"
you, though."
Oh God.
Dude, it's tough, man, because like
you don't want to be too hard on.
well,
somebody
like
who's having a
yesterday I was
bad
at
day.
Starbucks and it was a decent line. I've seen longer. I was just getting a fucking iced coffee, and the three people behind me, I listened to their orders, right? Because you're standing there and they got like specialty drinks. And it's taking forever, man. My kid's in the car with my girl. There's AC on, but if the car's not moving, that little sucker's crying. He likes the car to move. And so I just wanted to run in there and get some shit, man. And it's taking a while. And finally, I'm like, hey, the guys behind me got their orders before me. I just had like a iced coffee. I see the empty cup there. I think you guys forgot it. She goes, "Excuse me?" I mean, you know, grown-ass woman. She goes, "Excuse me?" I go, "I just had the cold brew back there. If you could just kind of give me that, I'd get out of here." And she goes, "Did you not see the line out the fucking door? Out the fucking door?" And
She
goes,
dropped the F on
yeah,
you?
she goes, you see the line at the fucking door? I'm trying my best. I was all, all right. And I apologized.
Yeah, I probably would too.
I was like, my bad.
Because, you know, it's all perspective, right? It's like, all right, you're having a moment.
You're also working your ass off at Starbucks.
Yeah.
Maybe you're providing for kids at home.
Yeah, you got to.
I try to be cool
working
with
out
that
4
stuff.
hours of sleep.
I try being cool with that
Yeah,
stuff.
me too.
God.
I let people have their moments, man. If they're just freaking out, I'm like, you're having a bad day. You got to be
You don't have to
charitable,
drop
right?
the F-bomb, though.
That's tough. That's
Hey,
a
man, I
tough
just want the
aggressive.
fucking cold brew.
That's a tough
And then
one.
she gave it to me and went, I hate to do this. I had coconut milk in there, too, though, huh? Fuck.
Yeah.
God damn it.
Did you say, I hate to do this. I asked for coconut milk. Could you be less of a stupid bitch? Is that too much?
What if I just said, I hate to do this. I asked for coconut milk. I've been waiting about 30 fucking minutes.
Yeah.
You're terrible about your job.
Yeah.
Mind if I take this hand and smack your stupid fucking Starbucks face? Hot roast style?
Your
You ever had a
Starbucks
hot
face?
roast slap, bitch? Huh? You ever had one of
A
those?
hot roast
A hot roast slap? You ever had
Yeah.
a big brown dark roast fucking slap? Because I'm going to come back there. I'll put that green fucking stupid apron on
All right, take
and
it
mix
easy,
up
man.
these orders.
Hey, I'll do your job better.
I won't
Man.
do it better. I'm going to fuck up all
Hey,
the
listen,
orders.
man,
Get
you're-
everyone fired.
I
in
don't
this
have
bitch.
jurisdiction for this, but you're fired. I'm going to grab the green apron and do your job way better.
I'm going to stir those iced frappuccinos with my dick.
Hi, I'm so sorry. I ordered the coconut milk, and I guess you forgot because you're dumb as shit. But also, if you could give me my coconut milk and then take a flat hand to your own face, I'd really appreciate it. I'd very much enjoy sipping on my coffee
Hey,
while
but how
you
funny
slap
is it-
your stupid Starbucks face.
How funny is it? You just don't raise your voice. Excuse me. Yeah, little mistake here. See, I've been sitting there for a while, just waiting for the cold brew over there. And then when you gave it to me, your stupid fucking cunt ass forgot the coconut milk. I know it tends to happen. I get that. Now listen, is there any way you could just give me a little dab of that coconut milk there, and then take your stupid Starbucks face and ram it into the cappuccino machine there for me?
If you could
Can you do that?
drive your own face into that cappuccino machine, I'd really appreciate it.
I'll tell you what I'm going to do before I jump back there and fuck up this whole crew. I'm just going to leave my fist on the table like this. I want you to ram your face into there for me like that. Can you just do that? Kind of headbutt my face? Can you headbutt my fist right now?
Hi, listen, I'm an MMA fighter. Now, I would never put my hand on a woman. I don't believe in that. But I'm sure you have a husband or a boyfriend. I'm going to come back here and I'm going to spank him and pull his pants down. I'm going to spank him in front of you, if you don't mind, all right? And that's because you're terrible at your job.
Hey, listen, I love coffee, but there's nothing more frustrating when you fuck up my order. Because I come here every morning, and you always tend to have a bad attitude. So here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to jack off into every specialty drink you make this morning until you get it right. How's that sound?
Ma'am, listen. Hey, listen, I know you're...
Ma'am, listen, you heard of fat-free? Nah, not anymore.
Now, I appreciate that you're having a hard day. If I could get my goddamn coconut milk, I'd appreciate it, you stupid bitch. Now, listen, here's the other thing I'm going to do. I'm going to drink my coconut milk with my coffee. I'm going to watch you get even more harried with all these customers. And while you do that, I'm going to say you're terrible at your job. Now, I'm going to round it off. Believe in putting a cherry on the sundae. I am going to round it off. I'm going to go to the girls' bathroom. I'm going to go to the girls' bathroom, take a big shit, take a shit in the bowl. I'm not going to flush. And I'm going to leave that there for you, if you don't mind. So enjoy that. Enjoy my shit and my bad attitude.
Because now you pull double duty. And the double duty is I'm going to spare shit in the bathroom because I know you have to clean that up after you make my goddamn cold brew.
We're being so mean to this imaginary Starbucks woman.
Yeah,
She's
right?
probably a mother of 3.
No, she was super friendly.
Yeah.
There's one Starbucks off, where's the place that we eat Mediterranean at?
Ram your face into my face.
I'm just going to leave my fist here. I
I'm
want you to
leaving
ram your
fist
face.
here.
I'm just going to go ahead and leave it here. I'm going to make a nice fist for you. I just want you to take your stupid
If there's
fucking
any way
face.
you could drive your own face into my fist.
Is there any way you could just headbutt my fist? It's weird. Some Starbucks, it's like fucking... It's like an experiment. Like they just put them up and they just put a shit staff in there. The coffee doesn't taste as good. They don't make the drinks the same. It's weird.
Yeah.
There's one of those over by that Crimson place off Ocean.
Yeah.
I go there all the time.
Sometimes
it's
there
the
are.
worst fucking coffee.
Yeah.
Then you go to one and they're just professionals. The one here in Playa Vista where they got the fucking nitro brew and the whole crew's working there.
That's good.
God, they're fucking
They
gangster.
got that locked down, and that nitro brew is as good as any
You know
coffee
who
I've
we
had.
forgot to give a shout out to? Our boy Ryan at SP2, who kept it.
Oh.
This motherfucker, he owns the
Yeah.
place.
If
Kept
you-
it open. They closed. Opened it for Brian and I
Can't
and my
believe we
brother,
forgot
Shark
that.
Eyes Dalsma. Shout out to Shark Eyes Dalsma. They kept it open just for us. We're the only ones in
Yeah.
there.
First of
Great
all, if
food,
you live in San
great
Jose
wine.
and you don't go to SP2, lose my number. That place is that's my favorite place in San Jose. Our boy Ryan, and the food is phenomenal. And so a shout out
Great
to Ryan.
atmosphere too.
Yeah.
Music.
SP2 in San
Collects
Jose.
watches like I do.
Yep. Yeah, he does.
Me and
doesn't
him
he?
are gonna
Now his
timeshare.
watch was a little more expensive than yours, wasn't it? I don't want to create a competition here, but that looked
He
like
had a all gold. I think it was a Daytona.
Yeah,
Yeah, it is.
it is more.
Or you know what? He had an all gold Yachtmaster. It is more expensive than my watch.
Nice watch. It looked.
I would assume he
yours
looked more
looks
money.
nice, but his actually looked a little bit more. It just looked a little fancier. I don't know watches.
It's different. His has like the chronograph. Is that what they call it?
Chronograph.
Chronograph.
Yeah.
The chronograph,
As in
and it's
time.
bigger.
Huh.
Mine's it's all gold. But what were you saying?
Well, I was fascinated with the fact that gold Rolexes don't lose their value.
Rolexes don't. In
I didn't know
general,
that.
But gold ones especially are great investments.
Wow.
Yeah.
I never.
He
would've
buys them
guessed
for
that.
investments. I just like to collect
Do
watches.
they appreciate in value?
yeah. Oh, yeah.
I mean, obviously, like if you get to like, they're 50 or 60 years old and they're in pristine condition, like shit, like that's always gonna appreciate.
Vintage
but
gold Rolexes are. You're talking about.
in general, like a
Great investment.
10-year-old Rolex
Yeah.
is gonna be more cost
yeah,
more
good
today.
Now,
than
did
it would
he
have.
have
Depending on the style.
Was he a
That's
vintage
crazy.
one? Was that a vintage or was that new?
His was new, but he has a friend who has it was a vintage 1960 or 1950.
Wow.
It was a Daytona. So I forget what it was. Don't murder me on
And
this.
you're making more money with those, right?
But this guy wears it, and it's one of 3 in the world. It's worth over $1 million.
What?
He says his friend wears it out to like the bars and shit, and his friends get nervous because if you know watches, you see that you're like, holy fuck, you have a Mona Lisa.
I'm gonna cut
on
your hand
wrist.
off. I'm gonna cut your hand off.
You have
for
a
that.
Mona Lisa on your wrist. Most people don't know watches, but this guy goes out to like fucking Dave and Buster's playing skeet ball with $1 million on his wrist.
Do you remember Merv Griffin, the great Merv Griffin? So Merv Griffin was Donald Trump but way richer. Merv Griffin, look him up. Merv Griffin was one of the biggest producers.
Okay, that's
Merv
good.
Griffin was he wrote the Jeopardy song. He was also a musician. He was an incredible man, and so rich. And he did an episode of Fat Actress, and I was doing it with Kirstie Alley. And I had this watch that my father gave me. It was a gift, and it was probably
seen you wear a watch.
$2,000. Yeah, but it was a cool watch. And he looked at it, and he went, and he was such a silly. He goes, a true mogul. Used to have fights with Trump. Used to have fights with Trump where he said, well, I have a lot more money than Trump. The difference between me and Trump is Trump has a lot of debt. And Trump wrote him a letter saying, you can't do this, you know.
So it's a big deal.
Yeah.
What do you say about
and
your
so,
watch?
So Merv Griffin wrote back to Donald Trump, or said it on TV. He said, he better be careful, or I'm going to have to buy all his buildings and take the T off his
Damn.
name.
Damn,
And,
just
yeah, and I'll
rump,
just, yeah.
rumpy rump.
And he got so mad at him, and he wrote him a really nasty letter. And Merv Griffin took the letter with Donald Trump's figurehead and then put a note on it, and he said, Donald, somebody is taking your stationery and writing really nasty notes to me. You should probably figure out who stole your stationery.
Jesus.
And Donald Trump, to his credit, wrote Merv Griffin back.
Game recognized.
He said,
game.
he goes, you're a class act. That's pretty cool.
Jesus.
He gave it up.
But what's this
He
have to do
gave
with
it
your
up.
watch? For
So
God's
Merv
sakes?
Griffin, who was so wealthy,
Let's
he
bring
was
this
so
back
wealthy.
around.
He was so wealthy. He saw my watch and he goes, wow, it's a neat watch. I've never seen one. And I go, yes, it's from Switzerland. Please don't touch it, though. It's very expensive. And this is one of the richest men in the world.
that's
And he
what he
goes,
said.
oh. He goes, that's expensive? I go, it is, man. So don't put your fingers on it ever
You're
again. But
joking?
yeah,
Yeah.
but you're welcome to look at it. I love it.
Yeah.
And he goes, oh, that's interesting. Because I have this watch. I don't know.
What did he have?
And he had a gold
Philippe?
Rolex with diamonds that were tumbling around it. It was moving, and there were diamonds that were tumbling within it.
Jesus.
And he said, this is I think there were only 5 of these made in the world. I had it made for me. It's from Rolex. And you can touch it if you'd like. And I was like, you rich motherfucker. Yeah, he had some insane watch. I didn't even realize it. He was so wonderful.
Different levels for sure.
Yeah. He was
Shout out to
amazing.
Griffin.
Merv Griffin died. I love
Arnold
him.
Palmer died
Yeah.
last night. Shout out to Arnold Palmer.
Yes,
Hell
he
of a
did
drink.
at 90,
Hell of a drink.
87 or 87.
87.
Years old. Yeah. Merv Griffin, I used to ask him, I asked him how he ran his business. He said, I just have everybody meet at a long table. Everybody shoots out ideas, and I decide if they're good ideas or they're bad ideas. Amazing guy.
What else you got, Ev?
See, he's be up for your time. He was such a fixture in American life.
Man.
Merv Griffin.
Shout out to Merv. He died.
He died.
Let's move on from Merv and Arnold Palmer.
Yeah. Any football stuff you want to talk about from from
Dallas
Sunday?
Cowboys won.
Or the Patriots just bending over the Texans with their third string quarterback?
I feel like anyone could be the quarterback of the Patriots and they win.
It's the Belichick thing.
I know, right? They're just killing the game.
great
Wait till Tom Brady comes
genius.
back and Gronkowski's
Cannot wait.
healthy.
Good God.
Or even fucking Garoppolo. He's fucking ridiculous, too. How about the Broncos, though? Simeon's a monster. 4 touchdowns.
This is so fucking great. Someone tweeted, so John Elway sent out a tweet being like, yeah, we're doing we drafted Trevor, or we're going to draft this Trevor Siemens kid. Seems like he had, a lot of raw talent, could be like great potential. And some random fucking fan or whatever tweeted him like some nasty shit back, like kid's gonna fucking suck. John Elway brought that tweet from like 4 years ago or 3 years ago or whatever, brought it back up, just retweeted the guy today.
He's just waiting on that.
Just John Elway's been banking a tweet for years.
He's
Yeah, that's
Just
a
puts the guy
No,
in
I
a
was gonna
body
say that's
bag.
a winner. That's a
Elefante.
dude. Yeah, that's an elefante.
I was like, well, never respected John
He's
Elway
got
more
the
than I do right
memory
now.
of an elefante.
Jesus Christ, man.
Yeah.
Guy probably felt like an asshole.
Elefante. Those winners.
Yeah. They hold it in, man. Wait
Yeah.
to shove it in your face.
Yep.
You got anything else, Ev?
Just presidential debate we got tonight.
Tonight, I'm recording it. I'll be watching it.
Yep. I'm excited
Have you
about
seen
it.
the recent polls? 50 or
I
was
sure
it?
have.
It's 47-50 right now.
Pretty damn close.
Right?
Pretty
50
even.
It's
Very
close.
Yeah.
And they're saying all these like random terrorism things are going to help Trump.
Yeah.
That's what they're saying.
Yeah.
And they think Clinton's going to die any day now.
Yeah.
That's what I've heard.
Yeah.
We got Dr. Drew tomorrow night. I don't know where we're going to add it, but don't worry. There's going to be so we got a big week. We got Dr. Drew coming on, right? He got fired for his comments on Clinton. And then on Wednesday, we got our boy Bob Saget.
Yes.
And for most of you, it'd be the guy from Full House.
Bob Saget.
Danny Tanner.
And for the record, Bob Saget's
Danny
one of the
Tanner.
funniest people that, as a comic, you know this.
He's a monster.
He's a
right?
monster. Bob Saget is one of the funniest people, period, in the world. Like
I can't
Bob
wait to talk
Saget
to him.
has always been the guy in a room that's funnier than everybody else. You want to talk about pure comedic power?
How weird is it he got casted just like this nice dad? And
Yeah.
just like,
And then
you
did-
hear him talking, he's all, fuck you.
Yep.
Fuck those sisters.
Yeah.
I would fuck those twins. Like, it's like, whoa.
Yeah.
Danny Tanner.
He's so dirty. He's
Yeah,
so
super dirty.
Yeah,
Complete
he's,
180.
He's incredible. Man.
But Dr. Drew will be fun. It's going to be fun to talk to him about his Clinton stuff because remember, he got released of his show on HLN because he goes, I think Clinton is in bad health. And from my inside information, has bad health and she's, getting worse. They fire him.
Amazing.
2 weeks later, this bitch passes out.
Yeah. Wow. That's amazing.
So I don't know where he's currently at.
I would like to talk to him about that. We'll talk to him off air about it and then see if it's okay to talk to him on air.
Oh, he'll talk about it for
Yeah,
sure.
I'm sure.
Yeah. That's why he's coming
I
on.
have a dropping
That's why
knowledge.
you're coming on.
I got a dropping knowledge about the debates. I just want you guys to pay attention to both candidates and try to listen to the substance of what they're saying because Donald Trump has done an amazing job of getting people to feel the way that he purports to feel. Donald Trump understands something that's very significant when it comes to being a politician, and that is that you appeal to people's emotions. You can talk to voters about all the facts. You can be very rational about how you present your arguments. You could say, with terrorism being a fear, the truth is, if a politician gets up and says, your chances of dying by terrorism are very, very remote. Your chances of dying from diabetes or heart disease are far, far more prevalent. So, what's way more dangerous to you is probably the corn syrup and sugar and processed foods you're eating every day than is, thank you for rubbing my shoulders, than is the threat of a bomb or a mass shooter, even though those are very scary. But something that Donald Trump understands, something, for example, that even ISIS understands, is when you cut somebody's head off, it's an anchor. It's an emotional anchor that will cause you, because it's so horrifying, to behave in an irrational way.
Because if they go, let's attack sugar, everyone will go, huh?
Exactly.
But let's attack terrorism.
Exactly.
Like, yeah.
Yes. And it appeals emotionally. And by the way, when I speak to you this way, I suffer from it. We all suffer from it. We are emotional beings. We're intuitive beings.
We're all scared.
So Donald Trump, unlike Hillary Clinton, and unlike the other candidates who are trying to kind of deal with the substances and facts, Donald Trump, who the New York Times, been around a long time, said is the most unfit candidate for presidency in modern history. And they're a pretty left-leaning.
Don't you think you're a little biased towards hating on Trump?
Yes, I am. And I have my emotional. Look, a lot
you
of
hate Trump.
I dislike Trump.
We get a lot. We obviously, no matter what you say,
Yeah.
we're gonna get emails about. We get so many emails from Trump supporters. Like, dude,
Sure.
all you do is let Brian hate on Trump.
Yeah.
What about the other perspective? Hillary Clinton's not great.
I don't like Hillary Clinton, guys.
But you don't say anything about her. Ever.
Well, yes, I don't, and
All you do is shit on
I
Trump.
should, and I have my major reservations about Hillary. I would never vote for Hillary, but
So who you gonna vote for?
Trump,
Not at
Donald
all?
Trump, I'm gonna end up probably having to vote for Hillary because
Just
I
'cause
think
you don't
she's
want
the
Trump?
lesser of two evils.
You just don't want Trump in there.
Yeah. My emotion with Trump is I just from New York and stuff, I think he's a narcissist who's way more interested in himself than the country.
Yeah, he's more interested in fame than the country. I'll tell you this right now. If you don't pay me my fucking money, I'm going to vote for Trump.
Oh, no, I was supposed to bring my checkbook, and I was going to write it.
But just to
okay, then I'm going to write you a check.
Just to shove it up your ass,
yeah.
I'm going to vote for Trump. If I don't get my money by voting day.
When you came in, I said I forgot my checkbook. It's in my car.
I know, but I'm just telling you.
Should I write you the check on air? Probably, right?
Yeah, just so the fans believe it. Otherwise, I don't believe it.
I am
but
going to
if I don't get it before voting day, I'm going to vote for Trump. I think both of them suck ass.
Yeah, you're going to get it.
do it just
you're
to
gonna
despise you.
Forget hating on Trump. When people say hating on Trump, my issue is, and I wanted to like the guy. He was incredibly entertaining. The guy is, I'm sure I've always said this because I know somebody who knows him. He said, dude, if you hung out with him, had a beer with him, you'd fucking love him. That's great. That's fine. I am looking for one piece of substance. What would you do? What is your policy? How would you deal with these
got to find out tonight, boy.
issues? Yeah.
Tune in tonight, boy.
Right. So just be aware, just pay attention to what he's saying and what Hillary Clinton is saying. Try to separate the emotion and how he appeals
You need to
your
do that.
opponents.
You hate on more than
all do.
anyone.
We all
Especially
do.
you,
We
though.
all do.
You
We
hate
all
on.
do.
What happens if he drops some fucking bombs? Bad reference. What if he drops some bombs on Hillary tonight? Just a dope plan.
But see, I don't want him.
Has a whole fucking blueprint.
I don't want him to go after.
But
I don't want him to go. I don't want him to be insulting to Hillary because that's less relevant.
Not,
I want
not
him to
insulting.
be right.
I'm saying, what if he makes plans that make sense to you? Will you vote for him?
Then I'll be very happy.
What if he's too smart of a guy and he's too smart of a team not to know that everyone's like, dude, give us some substance.
Well, that's what we're all waiting. That's what we're all waiting for.
He's too smart. Even if he doesn't believe it, I guarantee you he drops a plan tonight. I would bet. My bottom dollar, he comes out with a plan because you think you're the only one that thinks of this.
I've yet to
all
see
the critics
it.
say this.
Yeah.
His team that have done a phenomenal job with. He's not.
They've appealed to people's
president.
emotions.
He's not a president.
Yeah.
His team knows all this.
Yeah.
I guarantee you, he maps out a plan.
Look, if you talk about trade packs,
if
you talk about globalization, what you don't see is people. What you don't see or hear are the people that have benefited from globalization and from NAFTA and things like that, and there have been a lot of people that haven't. If you talk to the majority of economists, they would agree with that. They don't make noise. But if you are in a job, if you're in manufacturing, if you're in construction, and you don't have your job anymore, and that's a real concern, and you don't have the dignity of earning a wage, which is a lot of Trump supporters. People think Trump supporters are bigoted. I don't think so. I don't think Trump supporters are dumb. I don't think Trump supporters are even wrong. I think Trump supporters are looking at the world. They're not looking at it. They're saying it's not getting better. And Donald Trump comes along and says, I'm going to make it better.
Let me ask you this.
And it's easy to anchor into that.
Let me ask you this, because you don't like either of them.
No, I don't. I don't.
The listeners think
Hillary
the
is
listeners
corrupt.
think you're pro-Hillary.
No, I'm not.
Because all you do is hate on Trump.
I would never
so let
vote
me
for
ask you this. Tonight's debates, they have debates leading up to November.
Yeah.
If Trump listed out a plan that appealed to you and he actually put some substance on it, could he win over your vote? Or are you so close-minded that
Well,
you
I
can't
don't think I'm
win?
close-minded.
But if he lists out a plan, they're like, damn, that makes sense. Damn, he's going to do that, right? Is there a chance he can win your vote?
I mean, I'd have to see it. You're asking me a
But
big
is there a
if. I
chance?
mean, that's a big if. I don't think
I'm
it's
saying
in
if he
him.
did it.
I don't think it's in him. I don't think.
I didn't say that.
Yeah.
If he did list out a plan, could he win your vote?
Probably not, because I wouldn't believe
You're
him.
close-minded.
Probably because I
Now,
wouldn't.
let me
believe
ask you
him.
this.
But can I
If-
just say something? Can I just say something? Can I just? It's not about Trump. Robert Gates, who wrote an article in the New York Times. Robert Gates, who served under
balls deep
8.
on the New York
he
Times.
served. He served. Well, he's not a New York Times supporter. Robert
just said
Gates
New
is a
York Times.
conservative, and I'm way more conservative. I tend to be more right wing. I'm certainly a libertarian. I am not a Hillary Clinton socialist, or I'm not on that side of the Democratic Party. I'm not. I am way more. I favor certain things about Trump in terms of I think he would probably be more, not as tax heavy and things like that. But Robert Gates, who served as Secretary of Defense, Robert Gates, who served under 8 presidents over 50 years, wrote an op-ed piece talking about how Donald Trump not only is unfit for presidency, but would be a danger to this country because he is a guy who flies off the handle. I can't forgive his admiration of Vladimir Putin. I can't forgive certain things, but more importantly, I think he's a man who is
More about
not
himself
interested.
than the
He's
country.
not interested.
So
in
he
not
doesn't have
in
a
learning.
no matter what he does in this debate, he can't win.
I think
over
he's a
your vote.
demagogue, and I think he's a bad
So it's
guy.
Hillary's to lose.
I think he's
for
a
you.
narcissist.
It's Hillary's to
Yeah,
lose. You
and
son
I
of a
don't
bitch.
like Hillary.
Why even watch that?
I don't
Why
like
even
Hillary.
watch?
Because
Why
you know
even
why?
watch?
Because I'm waiting to hear something from him. Because I want
Why?
to hear
It doesn't matter.
I
You're not going to believe me if he does list off something.
you know what
If
I-
he got on there and was like, Bryan Callen,
Yeah.
I would love for you to be my vice president and hear all your fucking ideas.
You know what I may not do? I may not vote at all, or I may vote for Gary Johnson because he's a libertarian.
If you don't vote at all, then you can't complain when someone
that's
gets
right.
chosen.
That's right. That's the problem.
Well, then your
I
ass
would
has to
rather
vote.
have. I would rather have, and I think Hillary Clinton could be very damaging to this country in her own way. I think, and I can't believe I'm saying it, but I may have to vote for somebody like Hillary Clinton. That's what Donald Trump has done to me. And I've never been this vocal or this anti anybody, and I guess I hate a narcissist.
You're
I
a
have my
hater.
emotional issues with
Yeah,
it.
you're a hater.
I have my emotional issues.
You're
That's
a
why I'm
hater.
talking to all of you that
That's
we
why he
all
connects to
have
so
these
many people.
Yeah, these emotional, visceral. What I did like about him, I thought he was great in the debates, and I can understand how people
Wait
would
for
like him.
tonight, motherfucker.
Yeah, it's going to be interesting. But I want to see tonight, guys. Is he going to be personally insulting to Hillary Clinton? I thought, from what I read, he invited Jennifer Flowers, who had an affair with Bill Clinton in the 80s. For me, that's bad taste.
Not me. To
I
me,
think it's gross.
Whatever it takes to win is
Oh.
what this nation needs.
Oh, God.
Trump for president.
Yeah.
I know he's gonna bring up the Bill Clinton affair stuff and just
Sure,
fucking
but
roast her.
it's so
gonna be like Comedy Central the
insulting
roast.
though to attack her that way is not
Nah,
is
you
not
attack
real.
from all angles.
Oh,
this is
terrible.
president of the United States.
No, I want to hear
You
about
attack from
issues.
all
I want to
angles.
hear
You
substance.
go ribbies.
Substance and issues.
Throat.
Substance and issues.
You're biased. Trump for president. If you don't give me my fucking money, I'm convincing everyone to vote.
No,
for
don't
Trump.
do it. Don't
me
use
my
your
money.
voice. Don't use your powerful voice.
All right, Ev, let's do some fan questions before I milk this beaker. What do you got?
All right, first fan question.
Fan questions.
This is for you, Bri. Other than playing a creeper on the show Oz, was there any other roles that you hated playing?
I love playing that role on Oz. I've never had a role I didn't like. The only time I get bored is if it's
If it's serious?
if it's just a straightforward role. But even then, I've never really I don't know. Let me think about that. Is there a role I did that I didn't like? I can't think of any. I always have a fun time.
Nice.
How can you hate acting when I get paid a lot of money to make believe?
You've
Right?
told me you've hated acting.
I don't like being on set and waiting. I think it's the most boring thing on the planet. You know.
He likes all roles.
All right, next one. Your thoughts on Jose Fernandez and the loss that the
Oh.
team and community are going through. So
Did you hear
Jose
about this?
Fernandez, 24-year-old Marlins pitcher, died in a boating accident on the weekend.
2013 National League Pitcher of the Year. There was basically Crenshaw, him, right? Like
Yeah,
they thought he was
yeah.
the next big thing.
Kershaw?
Kershaw, yeah.
Yeah.
He was like the next big thing.
Such a tragedy.
Boating accident. From what I hear, I don't know if you know this, Dev. This is what I heard from around the water cooler, as the kids call it. He was going fast in his boat, hit like Reef Rock area, and the boat flipped. He died on impact. The other two below drowned, they think. Got stuck under the boat and drowned or died on impact. But
Yeah, you get hit your head. there are a lot of. I mean,
Well, no,
you
we're
see
not
that
wonder-
video,
we're not
you ever see
wondering
that
how he
video
died.
where there's a video on YouTube of these guys on a boat, and the guy turns the boat, and they just go. Whoom, whoom.
Oh, and they all float.
Oh, my
They don't
God.
die though.
No, but they get fucked up because that's inertia. So I don't know, man. It's a tragedy.
I mean, it's horrible, man. What
Yeah.
the shitty part is, his girl's pregnant too, so that kid's gonna grow up without his dad.
His last post on Instagram
his
was from
pregnant
like
girl.
2 days ago, and it was of his pregnant girl. I was like, basically, I was like stoked to be a dad.
Yeah, it's a tragedy,
fucked up.
catastrophe.
Such a bummer.
My friend died, and she was 32, and I remember they were burying her, and her mother was there, and the rabbi he sat down next to her, and she was starting to kind of lose her shit as her daughter of 32 was being lowered into the ground, and he just looked at her and he said, "It's a catastrophe. We are living in a
Well,
catastrophe."
what can you say?
He said, all we can do is take it day by day, and he was talking to her, I was right there, and he said, all we can do is take it day by day, and if we have to take it hour by hour, we'll do that, and if we have to take it minute by minute, we'll do that.
So Kenny's brother passed away, and what do you even say? You know what I'm saying? Like, so all you see all the social media, blah blah blah, and I just texted him probably 2 days later after all of it. I was just like, hey man, there's no tweet, there's nothing I can tell you that's gonna make this any better. Just know if you need anything, whether it's grab a drink with, dinner, anything, you name it, just text me. I'll do anything you need.
Yeah.
But that's all I can do. But there's no way to make you feel better.
Yeah.
There's just not.
No.
There's nothing you can do.
It's called inconsolable grief. Sometimes there is just something called inconsolable. You're inconsolable. And
What else you gotta have?
All right, next one. For all of us, what is the worst physical pain you have ever experienced, and how did you react?
Let's start with Keely.
Every single month when I have my period,
You get real bad cramps.
I have endometriosis.
What's that?
Yeah, that's a bitch.
It's when the
Is it,
lining of
Brian?
your uterus,
Oh yeah, dude. When I
What
get
were you
that,
saying, Keely?
When I get
the
that,
lining of your uterus when you're getting your period creates blood clots,
Uh-huh.
and they compare it to like
Like
a woman
kidney
in
stones?
labor.
And
So I take Vicodin and 3 leaves every time.
dated a girl who suffered from that.
there's
It's-
nothing you can do, okay, besides that.
Well, I only have it in one of my left ovaries, so it's not. I don't know what.
Will it affect when you're pregnant? Do they say?
Some people cannot, aren't able to have kids. Other people, they get the surgery and then it comes back. So I'm working on it. It's
There
gotten better though, because I've tried, I work out a lot and I eat healthy, so
That's supposed to help.
There's a
Yeah.
doctor in Utah who has come up with a procedure, I guess, that is very non-invasive and that is really successable. And I can't remember what the procedure is, but he's one doctor
some
who invented
black
it.
magic
But
shit.
dude, that endometriosis is the dated somebody who went through it. I would watch her, and there was nothing you can do. I'd be like this. I'd be like, do you want a cold
no,
towel?
there's nothing.
No, it's bad.
What
It's
about
really
you,
bad.
Ev?
Probably getting not so much the stitching, but the shot that they put of like the painkillers for when I basically bit my tongue off.
You bit your tongue off?
Pretty damn close to it. I have a
Doing what?
huge hole in my tongue. I can still pull it.
Doing what?
Took an elbow in the face.
Doing what?
Fight.
Really?
Yeah.
Like bar fight?
Yeah, it was back in high school.
And he elbowed you in the face and ripped your tongue
Took
off?
a blind side elbow right in the face.
Jesus Christ.
I got pushed into it from behind too, so there's a lot of like my forward momentum,
Oh,
his elbow.
God damn
I feel
it.
sick.
It's the only, it was the only time I've went out for a second.
And you got
flash,
your
and then
and
jump
you
back
got
up.
your
Is this guy's name Dominic Cruz? Who the fuck's throwing bows in high school?
Crazy people.
My God, ripped your
Man.
tongue off.
Because I bit down when I got hit with
Remember
it.
the story about
I bit down on my
Maharasa?
tongue.
Poor Maharasa lost her tongue.
God damn.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, you can tell.
But then I went to a concert the next night and blew all my stitches out, which is why
That was
it's
super
healed
smart,
up so bad.
man.
Fuck it.
Yeah.
It's a tongue.
Punk rock for life.
Yeah.
What about you, B?
I had my I had
Oh
a
my God, I
deviated
feel sick.
septum, and I had to have it after getting my nose kicked in, and I had to have it packed, which was fine. They fixed it. Then my nose kept bleeding, and I woke up one day, and I used to have a curtain, and I put books to keep the curtain on, like up,
Yeah.
and I pulled that curtain down,
Boom.
and the books fell down on my nose. And I went to the doctor. Yep, they hit my nose. Why? Just because I had my nose
How
there.
bad did that hurt?
Well, no, that wasn't the painful part. That was very painful. Couldn't breathe out of my nose. They had to repack me. They had to pull it out and then repack me. And he held me down.
They put stitches
The
in there too?
nurses held
The
me down. I had
plastic-
splints
yeah,
in
the
there, right?
plastic
You've
splints.
done this.
Yes.
The nurse and Mr. Canodia, the doctor, had to repack me. And I was, when they were first holding me down, I'm jokey jokester. And I was going, I was making noises. It was hurting so badly. I've never been that kind of pain in my life.
And your nose is bad. Your nose is bad, especially when you get stitches. When they do that, your nose is bad. For me, it was probably after one of my fights. My adrenaline wore off, and my lip was literally split. God, and there's video of it. My fucking coaches took video of it. But they put this needle inside my lip, on like it was split like a cleft lip,
like the Red Sea,
like a cleft palate, and they literally had to inject the bloody flesh with this needle, but they had to get deep because they had to put the stitches all around my
That feels
lip.
good.
Dude.
Yep.
That's probably number one. Or my second or third fight ever, I fought in Washington on the UFC, WCW or some shit like that. And I broke my thumb, but it was a compound fracture and the thumb came out. So they had to put a metal plate in there. But the way they put the cast, I still have scars from it. They had to put 2 screws, but they had to be outside the skin so they could tighten it. And when they would tighten the bone to the metal, it would hurt like a motherfucker. But so there was a cast, but that was exposed. And I remember I was going to get in my car and just like caught those 2 metal pins sticking out.
Christ.
I caught like on the window, and it ripped like on the bone in the metal.
Oh, that's gotta feel
that
good.
make you want to throw up.
Oh yeah.
That make you want to throw
Well,
up. I had a hemorrhoid.
God damn, that sounds bad.
Yeah,
my
that was bad.
girlfriend.
I had a hemorrhoid that I wanted to die from too.
Really?
Oh yeah, about the size of a grape.
Really?
Yeah, I thought I was gonna have to have surgery. Went away.
Oh man. My girlfriend, after I got my nose packed after that, and it had been over and over, so I think it was like on day 13, and I was so exhausted from the pain. I it's embarrassing to say, but she said, she started talking to me, and I started to cry because I was I'd been in pain for so long.
Just miserable.
I was emotionally spent. I started to bawl in front of my girlfriend. I've never told this story.
probably broke
It
up
was
with you.
embarrassing.
Yeah, it's tough.
No, she just kind of stood there and watched because she'd never seen me cry. I'm not that emotional. And I was crying and I couldn't stop. I was in this weird emotional.
Oh, I got
release.
another one for you. Please keep telling us about your nose, but I got another one for you. My ear, with the cauliflower, this doctor, this guy who's just balls deep in UFC was like, "Oh, I can fix that for you," because mine was really, really bad. I went, "Yeah." He goes, "Yeah, it's my specialty." Well, he lied, and he was the only doctor. He's never done it before. So he goes, "I can fix it. It's gonna hurt though, because you can't really numb the air. So while you're, awake and we have no pain medication, I'm gonna have to slice open your ear with a scalpel, drain it, and then I'll pack it, and then like fucking sew it back together." So I'm like, God, I really want to get it done. So I do it. He cuts it, drains it with a scalpel.
So is that part painful?
That was terrible because there's no painkillers for the ear. So they cut. Just imagine taking a knife to your ear, cutting it open. He drains it, then he stitches it.
Get that ear juice
But
out.
he packs it. But of course, the fucking fluid goes. Oh, it's all full here. Let's go down below to the earlobe.
Hey guys!
Hey guys, let's move downstairs.
It's being packed. Let's move
Too
downstairs.
crowded upstairs.
But what about the earlobe? There's always one guy who's like sensible. But I don't know. But that will stretch it. But,
No.
but the skin's super thick. Nah, just push as hard as you can.
So then it went from up there to it went.
Come on down. Come on down. It's
And then-
okay.
then
It's
the
tight
guy,
in here.
Then the guy goes, I've never seen that before because he's never done it before.
don't wanna hear that.
So they open it back up and stitch it all again, and then it was just like how
That's
it was.
horrible. What a dick.
With no
This guy's an a-hole.
painkillers. It was miserable.
Yeah, you don't have any nerve endings in your ear. Let me take care of that for you.
I got stories for days, man. Compound fracture, my big toe playing kickball.
Had 2 compound fractures.
Yeah, I was in gym class in 7th or 8th grade, I forget, and I was snowboarding and fell off the ski lift trying to be like a jackass for my friends. Fell off the top of a ski lift and broke my collarbone, so I was in this cast. So we're playing dodgeball in the wrestling room, and I was like dodging everyone. No one could get me, but I couldn't throw the ball back. So I'm the last one left. There's 3 kids, and one of the kids go, "Kick it!" And I'm barefoot. I'm like, that's a brilliant fucking idea. So I line up all the balls, and everyone's all, Brandon. And I'm all, yeah. Boom. And my I went to kick it like I was fucking Janikowski.
God.
And it's
Oh
like
my God.
like a fucking foam floor. And my big toe's fucking big. It's like the size of your ear. I don't know why it's so big. And the big toe goes, "Gadoosh!" First, he goes,
Oh.
And everyone
Dude.
the whole class goes,
Oh my God! Your big toe, stubbing your toe.
Think about it.
If you want to torture somebody,
Compound
just make them keep
fracture.
stubbing their
I
toe.
go to the doctor. And he goes, "You're just gonna have to." And everyone, this is why I hate sandals. You know why I hate sandals? He goes, "We're just gonna. I mean, we can splint up. There's not much we can do for that big toe. I mean, we gotta bandage it, stitch it up because it did break the skin, the bone. But yeah, not much. You just gotta hope it heals great." All right,
Hey,
man.
doctor,
Thanks
no
for
help.
nothing. So I have to wear
Doctor,
fucking
no help.
tibias
Go to a
for like
toe
6
specialist.
months.
My
can't do anything.
buddy Finn used to, who my son's named after. My buddy Finn used to work for a morgue. I guess he would go and collect the bodies. Somebody has to clean it up. Oh yeah, and he said the worst thing he ever saw was a dude who got caught in the gears of a amusement park, like an merry-go-round or something, and he got caught, and his lower body got caught, and he died. It was bad death, obviously, but it took him a while, and he died with a horrified look on his face. My buddy was like,
Well,
"Oh, we got to get him out of these
did you
gears."
just try to one up my story?
No, I
of
don't
a
mean
guy
to.
who died.
It just brought
Fuck
me back
that
to
guy.
it. I know.
These
We're
are
talking
per-
about hurt, like
But
hurt. But
that
if you
was-
die, it's
But
really.
he said it was terribly painful before that. When you get caught, your lower body
How would
gets
he
caught
know?
in.
He died.
Well, he had
My friend said it was terrible.
Because his face was like this. I guess he was.
I have a friend who got shot in the face. Not a friend, just saw it on a documentary. But they said it hurt.
hurt.
And he was like
It
this.
hurt.
No.
No,
Your friend's full of shit.
Well, no. When you get your lower body caught in the gears of a merry-go-round, you're going to be doing some screaming. You're going to be And then he expired after that, and then he had to go get him out of those gears. Oof. He said at death his face was.
Why you gotta one up stories?
Like
Why can't you just let him
I
ride?
thought about how fucking
But he
painful that
died.
would be.
These
He
are all
died.
But he was in pain before he died.
But that doesn't count. That
Terrible,
doesn't relate
terrible
to these
pain.
stories.
It does though.
Nobody died.
Well,
I was in gym class.
before he died, he was in terrible.
Not that
pain.
we know of.
Fuck you, man! I just thought of the story. I just thought I'd share it. Why? Does this guy have to live every time?
Well, that's our fucking theme. That was the question.
Change the fucking thing, man.
They're personal questions for us.
Whatever.
I know a guy who
Because-
died in a merry-go-round. It looked like it hurt.
Because he had a cell phone, he was a friend of mine, and he goes, "I'm in a lot of pain." Okay, you guys.
Hey, can you tell us about your friend who found the $2,000 worth of silver again?
Yeah.
The worst
I did
friends,
some-
by the way.
I did
Hey,
some-
let's be honest. They're not really friends.
I did
They're
some
guys
digging
you
now.
know.
They're good buddies of mine.
Good buddies. All right, man. Where can they find you
Forget
for
it
these
now.
stories?
Forget it now.
Hey, everybody. Come here, Brian in
September 30th,
Canada.
This
telling
Friday.
stories.
This Friday, Bryan Callen's going to be at the Algonquin Theater in Ottawa, you fucks. Get
Friday
your
and
tickets
Saturday?
immediately. Just Friday, you son of a bitch.
One day only.
Yeah.
We are in Oxnard, October 13th. That bitch is almost sold out. Levity Live, Oxnard, California. Then we're in Brea Improv on the 26th. Then we head on down to Florida and Atlanta. That is
Ooh,
the
I
10th,
can't wait.
11th, and 12th, kids.
Of November.
Let's see. I'm trying to think. Tuesday, while you guys are listening, tomorrow we release the Garbage Pail themed Firing the Kid tees that we sold in San Jose Live.
Ooh.
And then in October, we got the Master Kim Black Belt Tiger shirt and Master Kim Big Brown shirt dropping as well. I think that's it, fellas.
Yeah.
Oh, and then we're also on the Firing Kid YouTube page. Those workout questions you guys are asking me, now we're posting my workouts on there.
Ooh.
Once a week, we release a workout for you guys to follow. So it shows me doing it, then it gives you the workout that I did. That's once a week. We just released the first one, I think this morning, right, Kay?
I might throw on a couple videos of me doing pull-ups, like 10, 15 in a row.
Oh, man, let me check. Nope.
Yeah.
tfatk.com for everything you guys need. This is the Firing the Kid. We're out.